welcome everyone to Dungeons and Dragons. This is no, sorry.
No, please. Anything
Welcome
you do
to
different is just by default terrifying.
welcome to a Tales of TPK, a journey into shadows. We are currently on episode 12.
13.
13? It was
Yes.
11 last week. A hidden
Yeah,
wonder.
it was me. Fucked up.
Sarah could. It wasn't me then.
Yeah, it wasn't you.
We are joining back into the game as the players are leaving the City of Splendors, Ballora, after having spent a few weeks there to gather a tablet. And they are now one tablet richer, one step closer to stopping the forcing between, like, what you call the merging of the Shadowfell and the material plane. Now, there were some problems where, just as they were about to leave, our dear Kowèn saw what he believed to be his husband, but it was actually his slaver. And the slaver turned out to be a devil. And with the ruckus, even though the guard was very nice letting them go without there being any traces of what really happened, they decided to get the hell out of Dodge. So we are going to be starting their campaign as they are leaving Ballora for the city of Telit. And there they are going to try to find another piece of this tablet that they are slowly assembling. We did have a quick look on where the pieces were. Now that I have shared it, I think that it's fine, like, being out there. But we will then have a roll, because I did mention the possibility of there being bad weather. So I just need a D12 from Garrus.
Ooh.
Don't fuck the weather up, buddy.
I was gonna say not it.
Am I aiming for? Okay, in the middle. That's
In
good.
the middle, yeah. The weather will be fine. You're leaving with the Midnight Express on the 27th, I believe. Yeah, the 27th. So you will be appearing in Telit midnight on the 28th, about to be the 29th. So for all intents and purposes, it is the 29th. You board the ship. I believe we took the money off last week as well, because you did board it.
Yep.
So sailing for Kowèn is weird, because the Holy Darien Dominion doesn't really have any boat voyages in general, and Demos probably hasn't taken you to a place where you're meant to do it.
No.
Mr. Embassy or Mr. Ambassador had been traveling enough, and the same with both Garrus and Navin, having lived for a long time around the Acorn Sea. But for those of you that didn't get the description last time, as Simon did, is the Acorn Sea that you are traversing is, if we take a moment just to go to the map, is a decently large sea that is like the inner parts of the Sea of Sorrows. And around it, there are like hundreds of thousands of oaks. And these oaks are standing like almost in the water, and they are massive. And during the fall, of course, these oaks, they let go of their acorns that land into the sea. So the Acorn Sea has just this layer of acorns upon it, which looks, pretty cool seeing it the first time, but for all the sailors, they know that it is extremely dangerous, because the moment that there's any movement on the sea, if the acorns, start flushing in, they might hit you in the head, you go unconscious, and your reliability more than anything. So in storms specifically, people very much tend to not be out on the Acorn Sea. But the acorns also allow for a lot of people to live around it, because they can go out, they can gather it, they can, get the bad acorns away from the good ones. They can make anything from flour to other food sources. They can trade for them and whatnot as well. So as you are going, due to the weather, like it's not a problem to go through. All boats also have like they would have if it would be ice, like an icebreaker in front of it. So they have a little smaller boat that are going in front of the larger boat to push the acorns away, not to damage the hull, and to make sure that the longevity of the boat is extended. So as you come into the city of Telit during late night, you come to the northern docks. Sorry, Tim accidentally putting the wrong thing. And we can have a history done just in general, but the information is already there.
Question. Is it
Yes.
supposed to be completely black?
No, it is not.
No.
Tim has not removed the token vision.
Oh.
And ta-da.
There.
Another map for you boys.
Ooh, there it is.
One history, please.
From everyone?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I did get chat inspiration, but
Yay.
so I have to use it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Damn it.
Tim just sneakily putting in rolls, even though he didn't even see there was something about it.
Yeah, so 14.
I mean, technically, Navin doesn't have to roll because he lived here for a long time. So, Telit is a city about almost 10,000 people. It is mainly used for the harbour because of the inner parts, and because it's very much like safety place. The kingdom, like the Royal Navy, uses it for its base of operations. So there's a lot of warships and a lot of training, and now especially because there is war on the horizon between Kingdom of Altwig and the Holy Daring Dominion, the southern docks, which can house up to 6,000 sailors very comfortably, are packed. And coming in, like seeing Telit on the horizon, you will see like the southern part of the city are like lit to the point of where it's almost as bright as daylight. And there is just a lot of bustling noises. But as you come off, there's no people, checking you as you are coming off the dock as there were in Bellura. And you're able to comfortably step off. You are tired, even though you have managed to sleep during the boat ride. Not Kowèn, however. So the question is, where would you go? Navin does know where the taverns are, if he would go there, or if you would go to Hammerfell's.
I think I would defer to ask the group, so, where do we set off to? I have friends in this town we could probably stay at, but would mean we are not anonymous or hidden, as it were. Depending on where the stone is or tablets, that might be more preferable.
You're more familiar with this town, Navin, than the rest of us. I think you're likely the most suited to make a judgment in this matter.
Well, I don't know where the tablet is or what we'll have to do for it. But, like I said, I have good friends here, and I am, of course, recognizable. People have seen me before, so wandering around the town might not be what we want if we want to stay anonymous. But if you'd like, I can take you to where I've stayed most of my time here and show you, introduce some of my friends.
I would like that quite a bit, actually.
Right. Well then, to Hammerfell we go. And I guess sort of when we sort of get close enough, we'll probably see it, and I'll point it out, and like they'll see this big building that's essentially 3 times larger than all the other buildings around it.
Yeah, it's however pitch black because you arrive at midnight.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So they
Yeah.
won't see it until
No.
you're close up.
That's true.
Which will probably make for an even bigger surprise.
It's like essentially it's like being a kid walking into a big house. Like it's that sense of scale.
Yeah. This is about the correct size. Cool. So Navin takes you north of the docks, and you're passing several large storages as you do, and it looks busy even in the dead of night. Maybe Navin would know and tell you that they work like in shifts, so the docks are actually never not working. But the rest of the city are quiet, except for perhaps a few taverns that are making noises. He takes you north and then south to a bridge, and then you go over that up until a large hill. And when you come closer, like you think, the buildings are very far away, but then getting closer very quickly. And there are 3 large buildings, one which is very apparently a forge, but like just one story is about 45 feet tall. So as you come up to the door, you see the door is about 20 feet tall and 15 feet wide, and you see a smaller door in that large door. What do you do?
Yeah, you go up and like knock on the door, expecting maybe an apprentice to sort of be at the beck and call of whoever comes calling at this time of day.
You lucky
Clarify.
bastard. You hear
What
from
time-
the inside like the creak of a chair and very heavy footsteps. The large door opens, and the 3 of you that haven't seen it before for the first time, you see an ogre. You see this like mountain clayish skin with a long beard extending down over his stomach, like arms the size of fucking tree trunks, and his very perceptive and intelligent eyes are very like embedded into him. He looks down, sees Navin, and you see like as the beard part, these big white teeth that are probably like the size of like your head almost. Navin and friends.
Aye. I have brought friends on our travels. I've come back sooner than later, and sooner than I expected.
He extends his hand down to the closest one. Jurgak is my name.
Pleasure to meet you.
Like, he
Eli.
takes a finger and shakes. Yeah, he goes around to the rest of you. He looks to you, and I am assuming that you are here to freeload on my kindness.
You know me too well, Jurgek.
Well, the top of the barn is empty. There are the spaciousness that you can use. Just
Excellent.
don't bring too many lady friends over.
Promise we'll stay to this number for now.
Not. The smithy starts at dawn. You might not get more rest after that.
Sort of nod, like, I will leave you to rest. It's early still, but we just arrived. But we'll talk in the morning.
He kind of cocks his head, walks back in, closes the door, and you hear like the very apparent corkscrew out of bottle, the popping sound on the inside, and the creaking of a wooden chair.
I'll lead them to the barn. You'll want to get some rest if you need it. When the forge starts going, the resting place is ceases to be a resting place essentially.
A rather unusual arrangement, I must say. How was it that an ogre came to be accepted by the townsfolk?
Well, it's a long story, I suppose, but most of us who met him first had the same reaction as you did. I myself tried to attack him. And just a few seconds later, I ended up on my ass. He's not like other ogres, as you've clearly seen. The viciousness is not there, and he is a master beyond beyond my own kind as well. But he did not raise weapons, and I think that helped him gain a foothold. First an oddity, and then he proves himself. Anyone in Tellet knows him, and he is true as his word.
Very glad to have met him.
Hmm.
I will say that.
I have told him of our quest, but not all the details, but as much as possible. Trust him as much as I trust all of you.
We might have to rely on him in the coming future. There's one thing for certain. An ogre is certainly something you want as an ally.
Aye, we need all the allies we can get.
You make your way back to the barn where there's a lot of different resources. Climb up to the second floor where there's mostly like sacks of hay, flour, anything that's not used directly in smithing. And it's very spacious. You easily find a place to kind of lie down, and the exhaustion from the past days kind of grabs all of you very quickly, unless you particularly want to stay awake. But eventually, you do fall asleep, and as Jurgak said, around 5 or so, you just hear this bellowing sound coming from the forge, and I think Navin sleeps through it because he's used to it, but the others of you just awake immediately. It sounds like what you imagine a dragon would sound like, coming, like swooping down from the sky, and you just jerk up. You hear that it's soon after like the sound of metal against metal, and it just rings in your ears, and you see Navin laying there just snoring, sound asleep.
But we got a long rest, yeah?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
So I did fall asleep.
I don't think that Kowèn would have the mental fortitude to force himself to stay awake for like several nights at this point.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
again, if you want to have it differently, then that is of course fine.
I mean, I wouldn't go to sleep right away. Definitely not. So, I would say that probably I would fall asleep, like, while, trying to do the things that I've told you.
Yeah.
Basically, so.
So that's Tim running things.
Making new calculations on how to mess with the party.
No. It's like Sarah said a few things, and Tim, in his stress, just went over things without allowing for
Oh,
descriptions,
it's
basically.
okay.
I'm wondering because, I think the start of it would be now, so I think that's a good time, and I don't think any of them would see it at this point.
Okay.
Unless now then you guys have some stupid reason for not to take the downtime to get your level. Now's the time to say it. Otherwise, we can start a description of what you guys would be doing for these 5 days as you level up. And you may try, tie this into trying to search for the... don't you dare roll hit points and things now. That's
No.
not allowed.
And short rest.
No,
Oh,
you're
that's
taking a
true.
long rest, so you're getting...
Oh.
You will have full HP at the end of all this, so
Oh,
you don't
thank
even
you.
need to worry.
Okay.
But try to tie this in with, trying to find the location of the tablet in a good way. and whoever feels confident, frisky, creative can start with their description. Otherwise, I'm gonna point fingers.
Yeah, I think I have an initial idea. Now that we
Shoot.
have, because we have one of the tablets,
Yep.
and I would, since I've already told Jurgak and I have confidence in him, I would show it to him and see like, well, we're looking for something similar to this, and he's very knowledgeable, so maybe he would know where it is, or at the very least, maybe someone else who would be knowledgeable, or where a good source would be. May not.
Yeah.
But it's best, I think the best Navin could find.
He has jack shit ideas for this craftsmanship. He doesn't specialize in stone. The best he can say, is probably the potters in town, the Potters Guild that would deal with clay and stone, but he's not very confident about it. But that's the only place he could point you to.
I think I would probably go there, but I wouldn't bring the tablet.
So what would you tell them?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm just so scared about bringing the tablet. But the first time I would just go there and like give a general description of I'm looking for someone who would be able to do like creative work with tablets and writing in a like describing the material and like what the end result sort of should be. But instead of a broken piece, obviously like more like a fully functional piece, and like who here is knowledgeable about that thing. And, like, which,
They would tell you that what you're looking for is kind of outdated. People don't really do tablets anymore because it's mostly moved on to books and
I fear.
So tablets is a very outdated thing that just very few people specializes in. Like they would say that probably the people that can still do it well, if they aren't specialized in it, is sculptors and people that work with masonry in general, because they know how to work the stone. They themselves, not so much. Make me a D100.
Yeah.
You might be very lucky at this point.
Yeah, I would probably ask if there's like any sculptors that are in Talit now.
No.
I would assume they're probably not stationed. They're probably moving around depending on.
Yeah, exactly. So they would have told you that you missed one with a week.
Hashtag
That would have moved on northward from here towards the city of Urkanth.
I'll probably ask if they knew, when I'm there, because they're probably the best repository for information about it. If there's any collectors they know of in town, or researchers of old history, essentially, because they would probably read tablets and stuff.
Old history. They would mention one person, an older woman by the. Sorry, I see that I accidentally placed a house on the road.
It's collapsed.
Yeah, right here.
Onto the road, yeah, I see.
Yeah, fuck that house. No, she would be called Lady Macron.
Lady Macron.
Not a very kind person. They wouldn't have many things to say well about her. And they would also very strongly imply that someone like you probably couldn't get an audience with her.
Yeah. So she's noble or high birth, and doesn't take appointments with random strangers, basically.
Yeah, like random lowborn or lowborns. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would probably report back with that to the group and gives them some chance to do things, and then I would help out in the forge, to sort of pay off the debt by letting us stay there.
Awesome. Next person on the shopping block.
All right then. Eli. What's Eli doing? Eli is probably going to spend some of the morning wandering around the forge itself, not getting in anyone's way. Is there anyone other than
3
the
apprentices
boss man?
and the person that you met shortly 2 days prior now. That was called Rory.
Rory.
Yes.
Uh,
He wouldn't be called Rory here though, but like that seems to be like his own thing. His real name, as you listen to it, is Rorak. So Jurgak would definitely call it Rorak because
Rorak,
he seems
yeah.
to like the k sounds at the end of the sentences very much as he speaks. You would see the 3 apprentices are like kids that have no idea what the fuck they're doing, and they're being sent on menial tasks such as fetch water, get me like water. But Rorak and Jurgak, however, are 2 masters, and like to
Right.
call Rory a master when you see Jurgak do the things is like it's to compare, you know, somebody that has just learnt to be a master and somebody that has been a master for his entire life. So like it is such a big gap in their way of smithing, and that is also like when he was over in Belora, he told you the story about how he challenged Jurgak to a match because he didn't think that the ogre had anything to do, and then he was whooped on his ass completely, and now he's stayed a humble apprentice or journeyman to Jurgak. But it is beautiful to watch their symbiosis in the process of making things, and it reminds you of a very, you know, well-oiled engine, how, you know, all the cogs turn together, and whenever the freaking kids, you know, come in, it just like it cracks up completely as they get in the way of, you know, somebody turning, and they just bounce on each other and they get yelled at, and it's a very friendly, warm atmosphere here, which like almost immediately makes you feel at home. And like, if since you're standing around, like you would get ordered to, you know, fetch things when the kids aren't doing it, and just immediately get swallowed up in the process almost.
Yep. Yeah, Eli would gladly fetch some water if requested. If Rory's free at any point, I'd like to ask him. I would like to show him my staff, a little blade that pops out the end, and see what he thinks about that. I'd like to ask him if there's a specific quarter of the town that's known as the oldest, and I'd like to ask if him or Jurgak need anything from town because I'm doing a trip.
Yep. They would have said that the first part that was built to tell it would have been the harbor, like the southern harbor, when they came in, because there was another, like prior to Altwick expanding, this was another king's territory, and he like was conquered, and like the old keep was inside of where now the royal harbor is.
Is this the northern or southern harbor?
Southern harbor.
Okay.
However, you are not allowed entry into the southern harbor without, you know, good reason or blood or papers. Unfortunately, you are able to go and, you know, look at the buildings. They are seen from several parts, and then it's basically the further away you expand from that place, the newer the buildings. So the buildings immediately surrounding is also, you know, old.
Yeah.
They would tell you that they would look at you and like you don't look, like a super beefy person. So they will send
I'm not.
2 of the apprentices with you and a very large sum of money and horse cart, and tell you that, get some iron, get some copper. They need, a bit of obsidian even, and
Yep.
they need a new pair of. They would just list a few things, and then they'd send you off, and they would tell the apprentices to listen to you, or else.
All right. Did they
Yep.
have any thoughts on the blade that I can
Oh, yeah,
pop
sorry.
out on my staff?
Like, what thoughts are you looking for? Like, they think it's awesome craftsmanship and very cool. Jurgak would. 2 seconds.
I thought the knocking was coming from my place at first. It's like, that can't be a coincidence.
Who that? Let's distract them. I don't know.
So, Jurgak would say that this craftsmanship is new to him, and this is somebody who knows, ogre, dwarven, and human craftsmanship.
Yep.
It's very delicate, is how he would put it, I think.
Okay. I will let him know then. If ever I find out more about its origin or how it was crafted, or any information about the techniques that myself, or I'll find a way of getting said information back to him.
Yeah, he is very appreciative of that.
And then I'll go on a field trip with the apprentices.
Cool. Kowèn.
Yeah. I would say that I'm gonna spend almost all of the time, like, not even thinking about it, or, like, almost forgetting eating and all of that shit as well. Would probably go and sit at some sort of secluded area, with, like, back against the wall, and just, not being distracted.
There would be another layer to the barn, where the attic would be, where there would be, like, just you, and you could sit in the window or whatever and just be up there.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. And I'll try to. Do you want me to say it, or?
I mean, first of all, I need you to roll me a d20 plus because you're not proficient in Arcana, so just a d20 plus your wisdom. So.
Nom. So.
And remember, anything you want to purchase now, peeps, you can just tick off the gold and look at the prices. If you're doing massive things that you're purchasing, you can tell me, and then you might get a reduced price.
Okay.
So that would be plus 4, so 17. Yeah, that's a good one. The question is, for me, when you are trying this, like, who is it that you truly would be, longing for when you're trying to, get something back to your past life?
I mean, it would be Yora, but at the same time, it is too fucking painful for him. It's too. I think that's what it is. Like, I think that it is his mom, actually.
So very much fighting off the yearning to talk to Yora.
Yeah.
And instead talking to your mum.
Yeah.
Is your mum a superstitious person?
Superstitious? I would say that the father is more, but
Mhm.
because she's worldly, like a merchant and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But there is probably some stuff that she might believe in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when there suddenly appears a voice in her head, a voice that she probably hasn't heard in a long time as well, I think it would freak her out a little bit. And there would probably be some internal screaming. She can only say X amount of words.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah.
it's probably just going to be, and then it just cuts off just the internal, like the first time. And then I'm assuming that you're going to try again.
Yeah, definitely.
So the second time you try, what would you say, having heard the scream? Because the scream would have come up no matter what the words are that you're sending.
Hi, Mom. It's your son. It's Kowèn. I love you. Are you alright?
Oh, wow. You just managed to squeeze all those words in.
Yep. I've been
that was-
repeating this in my head.
You hear back in your head. Are you talking to me from the afterlife? What is this? I don't understand. Where are you?
Can I try to
You
do
make
it
make
again?
me another
Yeah.
1d20 plus 4 roll, and we'll see.
Yeah.
You may.
Okay. I'm alive. I'm in Altwick, right? Just so
Altwick, yeah.
Yeah.
Intellit is the town.
Okay, yeah. I'm in Altwick, and I was taken a slave. I'm free now.
Okay. We have thought you dead for all this time. I am so sorry to hear this. I am glad you are alive, at least. And that's the end.
I'm trying it again.
Yep, roll me another d20.
Yep.
Oh, you magnificent bastard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Uh, I didn't think that I would ever talk to you again. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave you. But are you guys alright?
That it sends as you, but, and then it sends. You would get back. Of course, we don't blame you for anything. I just wish you to come home, please, my son. We will miss you so, so much. Yora especially. And no matter how much you try, you can't make it work again today.
Then I'll try to do the other thing in that case. And just,
Yeah, that would
yeah.
you have used up all the magic today.
Yeah.
So you.
Okay, but then in that case, I'll actually head down to try to find Navin or Eli.
You would probably come out as Navin is coming back in to start helping at the smithy.
Yeah, I just go up there and can I help you?
Sort of look down like, any help is always appreciated.
Okay, yeah.
And
And
you
I
hand
sort of,
Kowèn a water
yeah.
bucket.
I mean, and then, like, I do, like, I probably don't do the crafting as much as like heating the metal, and then like usually you hold the piece and then someone hacks it like into shape.
No,
and, like,
no, you would be forced to do the crafting now that you're back.
I think usually like it's multiple people. Usually like one person holds it, and one is more controlling, and one is like moving more of the force, like, and like being secondary. And I obviously filling in that if I have to, and like helping as much as possible, because I don't have any projects,
Jurgak would like to see how much you have forgotten, and he would very much like the opportunity to scold you to have forgotten the craft. So you're not getting away. Rory goes immediately into the role of the second person, and so you, Navin, can roll me a set of 4 rolls of smithing tools. And you are proficient with it, I believe, and you are.
Yeah. I think I have it in.
And it would be based off of strength.
I wonder how you roll that. If there's.
Let me see.
Yeah, I guess actually.
Look at
that. Adding proficiency.
You should be able to open it and also put in. So
that's true.
The strength or whatever. That's a good roll. First roll. You start off well, not having forgotten too much. You don't continue as well.
Well, man. It's like the energy is like drained. Like you're like, oh, I feel the muscles like haven't been worked as much in a long time. Oh,
2 more.
That's better.
Hey, that's better.
And then you
finish off strong at least. Roll me a. What would it be? Roll me. What's the average? 6. Roll me 66 plus 6. You make an item worth 34 silver during this day that you are given, and you may use it or sell it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Garrus.
All right. When Garrus feels like he's worked up the energy, he'll probably see if he can't find a healer in town to take care of the scar that I'm assuming is eternally cursed on his chest.
You go to a healer. You would find a temple to. Who should it be? Hell, it's the Altwickins, it's sailors. So it would definitely be a temple to Elabrisk in down here. As you go in and you ask for healing duties, like they would be, please come, we'll help you. What do you need help with? You show them this. They're like, no thanks. You see the priests very visibly like take distance from you. They would probably run and get one of the upper priests, so to say, and as he comes down, he would introduce himself as Father Jack, and he would take a look at your chest. Give you that smile, like that worried smile you definitely don't want to see on a potent healer. And he would look at you. This, my friend, is Cursed is the wrong word, but it is also no other good word to use to describe it. It would require a very potent healing spell to purge it and heal it. It reeks of hell.
There's nothing to be done of it, huh?
There is, if you have preferably a good friend within the orders, or a favor to call upon a powerful priest. But our meager establishments do not have what you seek. It would be in the metropolises, or perhaps amongst the priests in Alabaster, should they wish to help you, but only the most powerful archpriests may help you, and they will not do so free.
One more mark to add to the collection, I suppose.
I'm sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. It's my own foolhardy that got me into this situation.
Are you a believing man?
Not particularly, to be honest with you. I found that oftentimes the gods make things more complicated than they might be otherwise. But I am a man who will take all the aid he can get.
Then come, let us pray. And he would lead you to the altar in the middle, where you see the statue of a woman smiling and like just looking upon this woman, like she just sparks joy and happiness and love. You would, like, Elabrisk is the goddess of luck. The story behind her is like known to everyone, where she was this human woman just wandering around, and she literally stumbled into the realm of the gods, and the current gods, or the current lesser gods, thought it so absurd that they created a seat for her and gave it to her, and she became the goddess of luck through that incident. So as you pray, you almost feel like a little bit of stinging on your chest as you're doing this, almost as if though it's trying to stop you, but it's like under no circumstances it's strong enough to do anything. I think you would have noticed, or you will notice during these like days of downtime, like the hand on your shoulder, or the lower arm, has become more like moving. It's actively like moving around on your body and like doing things, and it doesn't feel anything, but it's when you look in the mirror sometimes, or you see reflected, you can just see it, but you notice that it is just like it was when like Demas was holding you, like it is keeping its way away from like this incarving on your body. It would have at times like tried to take over your hand. Like if you're sitting and writing something, it would have tried to take over your hand. Would you have let it?
Out of force of habit, probably not.
Yeah.
Garrus is too scared of all of this to really.
Yeah, I absolutely understand. And it wouldn't force. Like when you got this thing at the start, it tried to strangle you with your own hands, and it tried to force you to jump off cliffs and ledges and whatnot and hurt you. But recently, especially since the incarnation of Irintasuna showed itself, it has become much more
docile?
No, not docile is not the word, but precise in its ways, like very much subtle in the things that it's doing, as if though it has, gone from trying to just get you to kill yourself to perhaps it's so hard to, because it's literally just a hand, but it's not trying to, force you to do things anymore that you wouldn't want to do. So it has changed its strategy, but to what is still unknown because it can't communicate. It's the fucking hand. Okay. No, sorry, you were gonna say something.
But yeah, with a very heavy head, more or less, Garrus is half-heartedly going to be looking for the shard in his free time, but a lot of it is just going to be devoting himself to his work as much as possible, looking for further ways to protect himself, delving into spells and the like, and modifications. And
nice.
Just.
Okay. Would you like to attempt to find a spell during these 5 days as well?
I do have a spell scroll of water walking, but if it would be possible, yeah, I would probably also go digging through the spellbook to see if there's anything of use. Preferably,
would you? What level are you looking for? And
let's go all in. Let's try a 3rd level.
Okay. Will you spend all the 5 days trying to lower the DC?
Will I still get my level up if I do that?
Yes. This can definitely be counted as you leveling up because this ties hand in hand.
I will spend a day or so just updating some of the charts that I've made as we've been traveling.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of the days I think I'll devote to pouring through the spellbook.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check, please. So, is there anyone else that has any idea on how to attempt to locate the shard during these first days? You are very, free to talk between each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I would ask whilst I'm shopping with the apprentices if they know. Well, firstly, what did all 3 of them do before becoming apprentices?
2 of them seems to be cousins. They were orphans as the current lord kind of ignored parts of the growing slums, and there's been a lot of hostility, so their parents were mugged and murdered. So when they were wandering about, Jurgen kind of took them in, and the other one is a runaway from a wizarding family, and he has been almost forced into being a spellcaster, which he just really doesn't want. And Jurgak picked him up and is teaching him this trade instead.
Okay. Would predominantly the one from the spellcasting family, would any of them know of any ruins within the city or any collectors?
When you say ruins, like their interest gets more piqued and they, start throwing the questions back. Like, are there any ruins here? Like, is there hidden treasure? Like, what are we looking for? Like, is there undead that will be crawling up their graves? Will we have to fight zombies? I can swing swords. I know how to use a bow. And the conversation just gets out of hand immediately when you mention that.
Okay. Would you say we're in the market at this point, or are we still on the cart?
You're probably on the cart. I suppose this probably is on the way back because I'm assuming that you're probing a little bit first, talking to them and such and getting on the good side. And then, you drop the muddleload question and then they get out of hand. So it would be on the way back out of the city, I think.
Just curiosity. It's always the most interesting thing to learn about in any city.
Yeah.
It's its hidden history.
Roll me a D100, and I will say on every double number, so 11, 22, 44, etc., you have a chance.
Okay.
Oh, it was on 8 there for a moment on my screen. I was like,
Yeah, same.
oh, no. Unfortunately, they don't. Like, as they calm down, they try to get back into the demeanors of apprentices, but they unfortunately don't have the time, or the time, the knowledge.
Okay. Not a problem. Once I'll take them back. Let Rory and the boss man know that they were ace. Didn't give me any trouble. That they did what they were told. And then I'm presuming, being a forge, they have specific posts and locations where the weapons are tested on.
Yes, they would definitely have.
Eli's going to probably spend a few hours. So the rest of that day, I imagine, training on there with his staff, zipping around from one side or the other. And when he thinks that no one is watching, whipping out some Kage abilities.
Yep, absolutely. Awesome. Okay.
Little did Eli know, God is always watching him. One more thing I wanted to ask DM. Given that Garrus's hide shirt is currently mostly taverns it's ribbons at this point, could he stop by the forge and talk with the forge master for a bit, or whoever might be available?
To Jurgak? I mean, I'm assuming that you guys would be sleeping there, so you would have like evening meals with him and whatnot. If you want him for a more private session, then you can probably get that during the days as well. But prior to us doing that, roll me a D8, please. D3000. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot what realm I was in that for a moment. 6.
Yep. Second.
I wait with bated breath.
Roll me a D31.
31? That's so...
21.
Oh, you learn Melf's Minute Rituals.
Ooh, nice.
Which is a great spell. And then, yes, Mr. Kowèn.
No, I can wait. I'm sorry. I didn't.
Good.
Okay. Yeah. So when I get spells again, I would like to cast it again, but to another person, a very different person. Can I target Anton?
Nope. Well, you try, but it doesn't work.
Damn it! I had a fucking script and everything.
Those pesky protections.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. That's true. Yeah. Fuck.
Maybe he died.
Over the next coming days, you guys are learning your ways. You are trying new abilities. You are expanding your craft and expanding your craft and your knowledge. And after 5 days, we will have a level up. Yay! We will get to the conversation in a bit, Mr. Bright.
Fireball!
Fireball! Fireball is nerfed to 1d6 in a 5-foot square, unfortunately.
Got it.
Yes. Brian, you start with the roll.
Rolling for HP, so I roll a
Yes.
teeny
D6.
weeny wizard dice.
Yep. Teeny weeny wizard die.
I have to think about what I want to do with this for a second.
Yeah.
Take Tim's.
I think I'll keep it.
Nice. Kowèn.
Okay. How do I do that in Fortune?
Just slash roll 1d8.
Yeah.
Or you click short rest.
Yeah.
That works as well. 6. Nice.
Yeah. I'll keep
Eli.
it.
1d8. Here we go.
Do you want to keep it or do you want to take mine?
I'll take yours, please, boss.
Oh yeah.
Good answer.
Sick,
Navin.
sick, sick.
Yep. I'll keep it.
Average.
Yeah, it's average. but
Let's
I'll
see
keep
what it would have been.
Yeah. Hey! The fate has decided.
7 plus 2. Dope.
Mr. Bard gets 2 spells known. Mr. Wizard gets 2 spells plus mouth meteors. And we have Stunning Strike, 2 attacks on our dear Eli. We have 2 attacks, and that's it on our fighter. For the thing, Luke, for now, since we haven't done anything, what you can do is increase your cargo points to 1.5 times your level rather than 1. So now at level 5, you would have 8 rather than 5. Yeah. It's just that because Stunning Strike is such a massive impact, I just don't want you to spam it. And as I said, I don't think that you will. So with it, we will find a limit to it. And if you look on the 5e Tools website, you'll see a lot of extra abilities that are listed as key abilities, and you can take those that you enjoy up to level 5 and put them in as well, and you're able to use them, because as far as I've read, none of them are broken. So those are like the expended things. And then
we'll put a limit on how much per long rest I can use Stunning Strike.
I'd like as maybe it's, you can use it up to the normal points, which is 5 at this point if you want, and then you can push yourself, but pushing yourself will put things on your strains on your person. I do also want to give you another thing, because how we have built the character, which would be, I will send it to you.
Okay. So generous.
Yeah, I know. Does it actually? Yes. We'll use this, but it will be a key ability instead. So I'm just going to change it.
Fuck, I hate choices. Choices are hard.
Yeah.
There we go. That is also very fitting of your character to be granted at this level. Did I say 2 there? No, 1. Good.
1. Yeah, I'm into that.
Yes, you are, boy. Now, the conversation that Mr. Garris wanted to have with Jergak was...
I am quite short on armor at the moment. You wouldn't happen to have any spare hides or something I would pay you, asking price, obviously. I'm afraid I can't afford much else.
Do you not have more than money for hide? Can you, as a wizard, you can't... Oh, you are an alt-wiki, so you can wear up to medium armor, yes.
Yes.
Which is very nice.
Armor is expensive, yo. It's like 5 Ethereum.
Yes, armor is expensive. So are we looking light armor or medium armor? Medium armor hide, 50 silver. How much were you granted? Wait, didn't Navin, the one that you had, that was heavy?
The armor, yeah.
Yeah, fuck. Where did we put that armor? Did I take it, or do you still have both?
Oh, you mean the old one?
Yeah,
I
the
sort
old
of assumed that I'd give that to him, essentially. Like, it's too heavy to carry around two of
Yeah.
them. It just got gifted, like, a new set.
Yep.
I probably, like, recycle it for scrap metal, put it back in the forge, remake it.
Yeah. They would give you the hide for 30 silver.
You're muted.
With that limitation, I will say though, if you would take, and we both have to remember this, if you take acid damage totaling above 18 in one round, the armor will be destroyed. So it is a sheet armor for a reason. Okay.
We can't hear you. You're muted.
I would absolutely
There we
forget that if I don't write that down, so I'll write it
So
down.
right that I think I will, because acid isn't something that comes up very apparently very obvious. But we need a plan, boys and gal. Technically, you're all boys, but
Yeah.
how are we going to find this? You have the freaking needle. And I would assume, because Garrus isn't an idiot, that he would be walking around with said needle at times and just checking. And it would be, like, it's weird. At several points above, like, as you're walking around the city, it would just start spinning in place. We can't hear you.
Take a step to the right.
Then it stops. Oh, no, just like if you're taking a step, it would still like spin to the right.
Move a bit farther to the right.
Then it would stop and it would point, one direction, probably like southeast.
Back towards where I came from, or somewhere
Start
completely
spinning.
different? But southeast, does that point to the point where it was spinning before?
No.
Close the compass. Go and talk to Eli. Did Antoine give you the specifications on how this needle worked? Or
Closest one.
He explained as much as I needed to know to make the thing function.
right, but where does it point exactly?
In my experience, it's never pointed directly to the tablet's location. Throughout my travels, I've had to mainly use the device in conjunction with stories and people and myths, and triangulate using all sources of information to narrow down a rough location.
You ever see it spin before? I thought it might have been
Yeah.
indicative of maybe the tablet being directly underneath it, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
I managed to track one down to tell it, but no more than that. Certainly never seen a thing spin.
Let's ask around town to see if there's anything to the southeast or any other matters that might be indicative of where the needle points. It's
Can I have an intelligence check, just Garrus?
I'm dumber than my character. Let's go.
It's just minds thinking differently. Cool.
13.
So when we had these needles, we put the restriction of it points to the closest tablet that isn't worn or carried, because otherwise it would fuck you guys up a little bit. You do have the no, sorry, we didn't, but you do have the bag of holding. That is why it's not pointing to this one. But you mentioned, how if it would be above it. So the question is, how does it react to when it has a tablet directly underneath it? And you have a tablet.
We could experiment a bit. Let's take a look. I'm going to play around with the tablet that we actually have in an enclosed space and see how that works out.
I have a separate needle still on me, don't I? Do I still have that on me?
That is the needle. I think you gave it to Gareth. I'm not certain actually if you did.
I have no memory of this.
No. So then I'm assuming that both of you are the people going around and attacking. So you are the one having the needle, and Gareth has the.
Whilst Gareth is experimenting with the tablet that we have, Eli is going to walk around town and see and try and plot the various places that it does spin in a circle, if there is more than one.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that. Sorry, like now I'm just assuming, but the whole going around town. I think the two of you probably would have done it together, because you have the needle and you probably wouldn't. You're still not entirely trusting everyone, so not giving it to Gary. So the two of you go together, do it. Experimenting on the tablet that you guys have as well. When it gets pulled out of the bag of holding, the needle immediately spins to point towards the bag of holding. And then when the bag of holding, like the tablet goes into the bag of holding, it's no longer here. It starts pointing like southeast. But you're noticing that there are several paths along the entire city, and the only thing that would make sense somehow, is that there is some sort of system underneath the city that is emanating the tablet's magnetic force, and when you're directly above it, it fucks the needle.
Sounds to me like the best course of action is down, and a fair ways too. There's two tablets near here, one presumably to the southeast, one underneath our feet of roughly equal direction. Is that an apt summary to you, Eli?
Sounds logical. Unsure if perhaps there's a cave system itself beneath the city, whether there's a vein of metal or some kind of magical ley line-esque system beneath us.
It's a ley line-esque system. It's possibly an entrance. We can assume it's Shadowfell related. And if that's the case, it's not something
Be safe.
On one hand, it's not something that's safe for the residents. On the other hand, going in there could store up a hornet's nest if that's the case. But we do need a tablet. We'll discuss with the others on what they think the best course is.
If you want to whisper, Sarah, it's the same way as in Roll20. You do /W, and then you write it.
Yeah, I wrote it in Swedish, so good luck.
I mean, someone understands it.
I know.
Yeah. Yes. There would be, library does exist, but, the general place to get knowledge about demons and devils are the churches.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there.
Sure.
Hey, Navin, what's your HP?
I'm doing well.
What's your max HP? I want to make sure I didn't just add my HP, for a level up. I should, okay, I'm fine. Never mind.
You should be at, 40-ish something.
I'm about... With or without tough?
I mean, where are you at the moment?
62, counting the ward.
Yeah,
with the ward.
Counting the ward is currently 10. Is it?
No,
it's 15.
I think it's 12. I'll check.
It's times 3 your level. Then it should be 15 because you're level 5.
Yeah. Isn't it times 2 your level with Arcane Ward?
It was times 2 plus your int mod. I'll check.
Yeah, double check.
But you could also double check in Roll20, I guess, to see your previous level, because that would still.
I mean, it actually we have the thing here underneath the class features. Actually, have I implemented them? Yes, I have.
Yeah, twice your wizard plus int.
Yeah,
okay.
so
that would be 14. Okay, cool. Never mind. BP wizard.
Yeah, so So you should have 64 now, and you have 50 HP without it.
It's with tough.
Yeah, with tough, because you're gaining plus 5 HP, aren't you, every level up?
+4.
Plus 4. You have a con of plus 2?
Yes.
I thought you had a con of plus 3, don't you? That's why you are so beefy.
Oh, okay, I'm dumb. Yes, I do. Thank you.
Yeah, so
Very
you get
beefy
plus
wizard.
5 every level. So just from the
Beefy wizard.
base, from being level 25, like your base is 30. If you rolled 0 on all the dice, you would have 30 HP. So the 5 dice that you have rolled, you have an average of 4.5, which makes sense.
So that is about where I should be. Okay,
Yes.
cool. Just making sure that seemed a little high at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, beefy wizards are really good. Okay.
You're the bait next time, Garrus.
Yeah. Roll me a religion check, please, with advantage, Sarah. Oh, I called you Sarah because I read it.
Yeah, that's fine. Religion.
No. With advantage, holding shift.
I did it.
Hey,
Ooh,
a
that's
check
so
roll,
good.
dude. It's hard for you to grasp. Kowèn hasn't been, has been very stuck in just like this world.
Yep.
And his mind has been, survive this day or try to not survive this day at times.
Yep.
So trying to expand your mind, like even this thing, the Shadowfell probably hasn't rooted itself
No.
properly even. So just talking about more planes of existence or dimensions is so wide. And I think that the priest would notice this and would try to say it's he would take up a book and tell you that all of these pages are different layers of our world. And they would explain that, they would pull up a page and say, here are we. And then they would flip the page and say, on this page are the demons. Put them together, and they're very close, but they're still not interacting with each other. And then he would take a pen and he would pierce and say, sometimes planes are pierced, willingly or unwillingly, creating portals or rifts, allowing creatures to venture between them. Some planes, and he puts a lot of pages together, are very far from each other, and he tries to pierce it, but it doesn't work, and they need stronger force to be able to be traveled through. The devils and demons race unfortunately lays very close tethered to the material plane, because in history the Thyros Empire massed a massive army of demons and devils, technically just devils, and had a lot of portals open to go in, tame devils, bring them out. And some of those devils are still alive here on this plane, keeping hell tethered to the material plane. So it's very easy for devils to move between the two. As to how to kill them, it varies very vastly upon what type of devil there are. So he couldn't really give you any information, and he would tell you generally you can do it by trapping them underneath running water, getting holy water upon them. Some die by just outright killing them. Some you need to burn in very high temperatures. Some you need to lock in without any air passing into them. So there's a lot of ways to properly kill a devil, because if you just reduce it to 0 hit points, so to say, it would eventually just appear back in its home place, and you wouldn't actually kill it.
Fuck. But is there a way to to trap them?
Yes, but the most efficient one is finding the devil's name. If you can find the true name of the devil, they will be under your command.
What do you mean? I already know his name.
The name of the devil is something kept hidden. Every being has a hidden name to it. And knowing that name gives you power over that being. You yourself probably don't even know your own real name. Few do. It is something very hard to obtain.
So
And it
that
is...
works for people as well.
Yes, it is the true nature of a person put into words. Some, according to legend, can be hundreds of words put together if they are very complex beings, and some very simple. It depends on the complexity of the nature of the being that you wish to obtain power over. And that nature also over time changes. So should you ever learn your true name, it might change and elude you later on.
So, hypothetically, if this devil knew my true name, that means that they... How the fuck do they figure that out? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say fuck. I'm sorry.
It's a very insightful thing. They need to know a lot about you, have studied you over a long time, and learned about your true being, and then be very clever. But in my own personal experience, if a devil knew your true name, then you probably wouldn't be here, friend.
Well, I've died before, so I mean, that's nothing new.
No, I mean more as in they probably would have taken you back to their domain.
Oh. Could I ask, is it, if it's not in any trouble, of course, I want to protect my friend, and do you have any holy water I could buy, or I don't know.
Yes, we do sell holy water.
Sure. How much do you...
I believe it's 30 silver. Let me double check. Yes, the alchemist fire is 30 silver, and I believe that the holy water should be the same. Holy water, 30 silver per flask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna buy one.
Yep. Mm. Okay. Bryce?
You're muted again.
By the way, sorry. By the
Go.
way, GM, Glyph
Yes.
of Warding, 200 silver. Cool.
You purchasing it, or?
No, not at the moment. I don't have that kind of money. But
Okay.
it's, yeah. 200
Yeah.
silver or 20 Ethereum.
Yeah, I mean, there should be a thing where it's counting the exact cost of those kinds of things. I'm not certain where you got the money. I don't think it's 200. But
Glyph of Warding? Yeah,
Glyph of Warding is a 3rd level spell, is it not?
and it costs 200 gold to cast.
Oh, sorry. It casts 200 to cast.
Yes.
Usually, I am lowering the amount of costs it costs because I like that people, cast those things. So I think that's the price would probably be around 70% in silver. So it would land on like 160 instead.
Still can't afford it? Good to know.
Yeah, but it's definitely cheaper. So we have figured out that there is some form of tunnels underneath here, most likely. How do we go about finding out information about it and possibly, getting in and getting the tablet?
We could always just dig down for 3 years and eventually hit the tunnel. Seems
Do you guys tell me and Navin?
Yeah,
We-
and that, yeah.
Yeah, in that case, I would probably just head on down toward the sewers and try to find
Yeah.
some sort of
Entrance there.
yeah. That is what I would do instinctively.
might be easier to ask around the locals,
Yeah.
see if there's any
Is-
caves
yeah.
nearby that we can start with.
Is there a sewer system in Telet?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Maybe, because it might just be
Well,
like rudimentary.
there is a sewer system mainly on the. Like, you would be able to follow the sewer system, and it does not match up with when the needle starts going crazy.
So it might be something further down.
Deeper.
There is the option of going after the one to the southeast or southwest, leaving this one here. They're about the same distance away, and it will be easier to cover on foot rather than to delve into the depths of the earth.
And easier maybe to find the one here once we find the other one and put it in the bag.
I think that you would
Do
have
we-
gone south to try and avoid the spinning. And eventually, when you get to the southeastern parts of the city,
All right.
it starts spinning.
Yeah.
And then when you move away, like when you continue, then it
I
points
think there's just
northwest
a while.
instead.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was trying to ask. Sorry about that. When we move away from where the needle points, it always points to the spinny bit.
No. So
I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dan.
Correct.
Eli's under the solution. Under
Right.
under the opinion that there's one that's
Yes.
low down underground, but there's
Yes.
this cave that's always pointing.
Yes.
But when we go over this cave,
yes,
it's spinning.
yes. So there is a cave system underneath, and whenever you go above the cave system, it starts spinning. When you're not on the cave system, it points like to the southeast-ish parts.
Yeah.
When you go like far east, it would then point southwest. So it is somewhere underneath this city.
I see. That makes sense. Okay.
I would like to
So-
go back to the priest in that case, and just lead the group there, and just
Ooh. The priest is actually the perfect.
yeah.
It might be better
let's
for me to
see.
step out for this particular interval. But
Well,
I mean, he wasn't like that. Like, he was more sad that he couldn't help you. Like, he wasn't get away, you filthy branded person. That isn't what he tried
Holy
to
water after
convey.
you.
Sorry, we are
the
passing
power
into-
of Christ compels you.
By the power of everything I have. 29th, we are actually, with this, getting into the first of rain.
oh shit.
Time has passed.
So we're passing, yeah.
Oh, man.
It's almost been a month since Morgan died.
Oh my
Just
god.
better.
Why did you have to say that? No. Trauma soup.
Father Jack. Father Jack would meet with you just after the. You guys have been doing all of this, that, talking, finding this out. Like after the midday sermon, he would see Garrus, and give you a respectful nod and look at Kowèn having seen you as well, and then kind of connecting two and two. You're together. Yes. What can I help you with?
Well, Garrus.
Yeah, sure, Kowèn. Good to see you again, Father. We were wondering if there were any potential cave systems underneath the city, some other entrance into the underground. A friend of ours had an archaeology.
There should not be any cave systems underneath the cities, as far as I know. Wait. I remember a conversation I had with another priest, and he would lead you out into the square and north towards the uh, north to another smaller temple, the temple of Kowèn, or the god of greed. He leads you into this very small but extremely luxurious temple, and he walks over to another priest, and then comes back to you guys, and shortly after, there comes a corpulent man out, wearing gold necklace and rings, and a like not bright orange, but like orange-ish priest gown, and he walks up. Yes, Father Jack, what is it that I can do for you? He just kind of shakes his head. It is not for me, but for these people. They asked about cave systems, and I remember a conversation that you had with me about the tunnel that was found. And like the larger priest kind of just nods. You see the shine in his forehead as he kind of bends over, like no hair, receding hairline, to the back, and then, yes, I can tell them the story. If you want to stick around, of course you are free, but I suspect that you are busy, are you not, Jack? He gives you a very dry smile and bows and walks off. Well, I am Maverick, the priest of the temple. And if you wish to have information, we have the arms box at the entrance.
Of course.
Uh,
Sort of walk up to it.
Yep.
I'll put down 7 silver in it.
Yep. He kind of nods and smiles. Ah, Kowèn smiles upon you. Now, I found an old tome, what could it have been? Not more than 5 years ago, from the founders of Telit, and they described during a very nasty drought as the sea was being pushed away from shore, that they found a cavern underneath what is now the southern docks, leading deep underneath Telit. Of course, with greed and curiosity mixed together, the current bandit king sent in a few men, and they came back with words of a few statues and a door that they couldn't open. The bandit captain sent down the few knowledgeable spellweavers he had, and they told him that they knew of no way to open this door. So, to my knowledge, there might be something beneath here, but if so, according to legend, it is hidden behind some door that is unopenable.
These, I'm sorry, these statues you're talking about, are they, what do they depict?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Okay.
If one wanted to see these statues for posterity and to potentially learn more. I assume there is no easy way to get access since it is in the southern docks.
Especially not now, as far as I know. The army is keeping doors shut
Why is the southern docks restricted?
because it is the dock of the king.
Thank
Does
you, Father.
anybody else keep getting kicked out of Foundry? Or is that just me?
No.
Nope.
Not for me, at
Okay.
least.
It just hates me. Okay.
Yeah. I sort of look to the rest of the group, like sort of inquiring with my if they have any questions. Otherwise, thank you very much, Father Maverick, for your time.
Do you know of any local spell weavers that, I don't know, help out the fishermen here every once in a while?
Oh, sorry, say that again, Brian?
Do you know of any local spell weavers that help out fishermen here every once in a while?
He looks bewildered at this question. What do you mean, spellweavers helping fishermen? With what?
I'm hoping there might be spell weavers that serve as lifeguard duty or keep fishermen alive. Somebody who has expertise with the sea.
Like, you see basically how cogs start turning, wait, and how just like his eyes turn into coins
Yeah.
as
Money
you say
opportunity.
this. And he's just like, that, my dear friend,
Good idea.
is a good idea.
I'll take that as a no then.
He just like kind of looks up and you just see him thinking.
Possibilities.
This bandits you spoke of, or who is that?
He kind of looks down to you guys. Sorry, you're still here. I thought, sorry. The story is some 1,000 years old. It doesn't. It has no merit.
No, of course. Sorry to disturb you, and I just
Thank you for your time, Priest. We wish you the best
You
in all
paid
your
for
roles.
it. If you want more time, he smiles, gives you a big nod, and turns around to the large statue. Pulls out a handkerchief and starts polishing the statue a little bit. And before you guys do anything else, we are going to take a break.
yeah. Don't go anywhere, chat.
Or go anywhere and then come back.
Yeah. That is also a possibility. Bye.
I figure
Welcome back, people, to the second half of this session as the players contemplate on how the fuck are they going to get down into the caverns underneath the royal docks. And yeah, what will you do?
Good question. We know where to go now, at least.
Oh, it's fairly deep underwater, we know that much. I would like to find somebody who has a scroll of water breathing, but I don't think that's going to be an option here this time.
I suppose not. I am sure they have some way down. They wouldn't build a heavy fort without either sealing off the entrance or being generally aware of it and knowing how to get down there.
But it's behind the king's docks, and I don't have that kind of pull with him. Outlook. There is always the illegal option, which has served us very well in the past and should always be replicated.
Well, I don't think it would be wise to try to sneak into a place filled literally with military men waiting for.
So, for Garrus's sake, if we take a moment to go to the world map, like your parents in Getis have always been on good terms with the Teletians. So there is a possibility that you can use your family name to get in. There is also a possibility that, there is the bigger chance is that they'll at least let you in on the weight of your parents' name. But
if I had a ring and a certificate to match with it, which currently
but
is...
the ring we spoke about just 2 sessions ago, and we said that you do have the ring.
I could always try and feint my way through. I am technically part of a member of a noble family. So they might give us access.
Right. Are you not the only one that nudge Crystal?
Bishop, can I look sheepishly over to you? What, are you proposing that I'm some sort of powerful noble that could get you in?
Well, at least a
Yes,
noble.
yes, we are. Because you are.
Oh, smacks his lip. I don't have anything, and he pulls his cloak a little bit tighter over his head, that could identify me as such a noble.
Just saying
the golden locks of hair, the accent, the general outlook on life,
recently shaved.
everything.
Well, even if we get in with either one of you, would they really let us look for caves?
I mean, what are they going to say? No. Don't bathe in the docks.
Well, I guess we'll
see.
Go in.
We'll solve one problem at a time.
Brian, your internet at the moment is dog shit. You're coming in 4 or 5 seconds later than when you start speaking.
Oh, that's joy. I might actually be pushed to talk. Let me
No,
see if I can...
No. Like we see you talking on your camera, and then we hear it delayed.
Yeah.
It's not the push to talk. I don't think it's the probably Discord being in
Discord?
maybe not green status. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Discord. Yeah.
You will just have to watch me in slow motion. Know that, if I react to something, it will always be delayed by 15 seconds. So, yeah.
How would you arrange a meeting or entrance to the place? I suppose we could go now if that's the way it works. Sort of looks both to Christoph and to to Garrus.
Relying too much on the nobility. Guess we can do something.
See if we can't arrange a meeting with the gods at the very least. Speak to them and go from there. For now, though, it might be good to get some rest. Regroup tomorrow.
It's in the middle of the day. You've rested for the past 5 days, Garrus.
Fair enough. We'll head over then.
Could you put the bag of yours down, please? Because I'm not getting any of this wet.
My bag of what?
The bag that you have that makes things disappear. So who was it that had the bag?
I have the bag of holding.
Yes. So I don't want to get any of this wet, and I want you to put your bag down so I can put my gear into your bag.
I understand now. Sorry, Christoph. I thought you were someone else. Yes, sure.
He takes his longbow into the bag. He doffs his medium armor into the
You
bag.
know that we're not actually diving in right now. There's no guarantee we'll get in the gates. You could... Never mind. You know what, Christoph? Just enjoy a moment of stripping while you can.
He he starts dancing a little bit, does a bit of a twirl. I think that it's good that I won't be the head of my family.
That you know of. I mean,
I
your
think
brother...
it might be worse to have you as the head of my family, but
We'll see how that goes. I'm not looking forward to being your brother-in-law. Comes to that.
well, my brother has no choice. He's already agreed, and if he doesn't, I'll have a word with him. Again, he's not fit, and he enjoys the bookish parts. He will be the master of coin, and he'll be happy with it, or he'll be some form of learned man somewhere else.
It's not your brother I'm particularly worried about. As you should well know by now, it's a concern to the rest of the nobility.
Yes. But yeah, he's accidentally not letting go of the mic sometimes, or the mic button. So that's why, because we're on his speakers, because his headphones are open about, I'm assuming.
Hopefully this will make things slightly better.
He just shakes his head.
But he's going full nude, or is it more like
No, God, no. He's wearing his tunic and leather pants underneath, and he takes off his cloak, and his back-slicked, fiery red hair is revealed, and he kind of just smiles a little bit, and he looks very. That's the thing, with his hair, especially for Gareth, he looks powerful. Just looking at him, you can almost see, the power seeping out of him. But he looks he looks so uncomfortable, with his persona out. And as you guys kind of start walking down, every third person you kind of stops and points at his hair, and people start whispering. And as you come down to the guard, you probably have a few low noblemen's daughters running behind you a few paces, and flaunting their eyebrows and whispering. And you get to the guards, and they suddenly stand up very straight. And he just turns to you and my father's gonna know about this, so we better get out of here quickly once we're done.
Aye.
Agreed.
The guards kind of bow. Lord Gravenroith? He just shakes his head and walks in. These are with me. They just, of course, Gravenroith. So, what is it that we want to do? Bathe, right?
As we're walking over, could Garrus speak with Kowèn for a bit?
No, you are suddenly mute when you try to speak to Kowèn. You are unable to speak. Of course you can speak.
It's been a while since we've talked. Forgive that. I've not wanted to have this conversation.
Alright.
Are you doing okay? I've noticed you've been... Well, you've grown a lot of late, I will say that, but... I should still check up on you every once in a while.
Well, how are you?
I'll get back. Sorry, I shouldn't treat you like a child any longer. Just recovering from doing a very stupid thing this morning.
Well, like I said, I don't think you understand what kind of a mess you willingly put on yourself.
It's not myself I'm worried about, truth be told. I'm used to cleaning up messes, but...
Yeah, and this mess is pretty...
You need to let go of your mic when you're taking it, very, like before you're even done talking, Bright, because otherwise, because of the delay at the moment, we have to be very precise. Either that, or you'll have to find a way to get your headphones back on, because at the moment the feedback is horrendous.
I apologize for that, yeah. I'll see if there's something better I can do. But anyway, you were saying, Kowèn?
I mean, I just don't know what to do. I mean, I can always talk to Fuck!
Yep. No, it's just thunder in the sky.
Okay, yeah.
Shit out of me.
I found a way to talk to my mom. And, well, that was, I just want to go home. But I can't do that because that fucker is all the fucking time just, he's... I don't know if I reach out to anybody close to me. Well, now he knows about you guys, and I know that he's going to, well, he killed you. And he left a mark on you, and, well, I don't know what to do. That's the truth.
The way I see it, against what we're up against, any actions we take with our loved ones, he will use against us regardless of not we distance ourselves. I think, as foolish as it might be, that the best course of action, given that he likely knows everything about us now, is to stay close to the ones we care about. As for his relation with me, I would do things differently, but defending you, I wouldn't take that back. But I did for him. Because I care.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like I fucked up again. He did say some truths, and I mean, sometimes I really, I don't know what, yeah. because I care about you guys more than you know, and well, me just being around you just fucks everything up, and yeah.
Kowèn, I will say this much. Meeting you has been a highlight of past darker years that I've walked through, you and more. If you ever feel like your existence isn't justified or that you're ever a burden to anyone, know that the joy you bring and the protection you've granted us is worth more than any cost we could pay. I think I speak for everyone here when I say that. If it comes to fighting that devil or losing you, I think all of us would choose fighting a devil every time.
Yeah.
Forgive me, I'm not very adept at these speeches.
No, you're really good at it, so it's all right.
Both would disagree with you, but there are other matters to attend to.
Yeah.
If you ever want to talk again, and I mean it, it's therapeutic for me as well. Don't be afraid to flag me down. I push people away. Exactly. You're helpful in helping prevent that. Regardless, matters to attend to.
Yeah. All right.
As you are walking down, the sky opens above you and rain just pours. As the cold northern air meets the warm southern air, you just hear thunder all around you. Lightning strikes out in the acorn sea, and due to the acorns not being entirely wet already, you actually see fire starting to spread across the surface because of the acorns. But with the waves, they quickly come in and they extinguish it. As you pass in through the gate to the southern docks, you see the old keep north of you, a massive old building built from dark stone in these massive blocks that are very outdated, very sturdy, very resilient, but also very hard to use and build from. There is one single tower in the western part of it, and you see just very identical buildings being built all along the parts, and off in the distance you also see a lot of them, and they are like 3-story buildings with like 2 windows on each side of it and a single door coming in the like north and south part of the building. There are a lot of people walking about. You see drills. This isn't sailors. They would be like military men. Garrus, you would get a flashback. You hear, the corporals yelling out the orders. People are lining up. They are, getting into positions. They are exercising the phalanxes that the Altwickians are so known for to stop cavalry charges. Yes.
A brief PTSD flashback.
Yeah, like you hear the corporal yell. You kneel into position to get in almost instantly, but then you stand up again, and like these soldiers, so well trained, not even looking at the flashes of light, and you see how Christoph just kind of walks up to one of the sergeants standing there, and like he very angrily turns to talk to Christoph. The moment he sees Christoph's hair, he just like puppy instead in his face, and they exchange some talks. Christoph like walks over and like kind of shrugs to you. We're already wet, so
Anyone who has non-waterproof items in the bag, I'd suggest begin to strip down as best as I can.
Yeah, I take off my my metal armor because it's gonna weigh me down more than being problem with the weather.
Air is going to be a problem down, but if we get an emergency, I can bring us back to the surface relatively. So, which of us
We'd always
has
have
the
one
longest?
person drive first, right?
Pardon?
We could always have one person dive first.
I'll do it. Yep. And I step up and
I mean, you step up and like...
yeah.
Do you even know how to swim, Kowèn?
No.
And you are going to dive down an unknown length to find a place which is probably hard to get
Yeah.
to.
No. Sorry.
I mean, self-sacrifice might be pretty, but if you end up dying, you're going to do more harm and sadness to us than not.
Not even that. That's not an option, period.
Yeah, Kowèn, you're our friend. We don't want to see you hurt. Ever.
Well, what happens if I fuck up and do so you guys got hurt? That's the fucking problem.
Yes, but if we look at this from a logical standpoint, who is the person that is going to get least fucked up by doing this?
Nathan, my boy.
So already limbering up.
Mountain boy like walks up and like Christoph just like shakes his head. I mean, to be honest, Garrus should be the one. He's lived by a coast town the entire time, haven't you?
I have one arm. I could, and I do have
You
some
have two
expertise.
perfect legs in the water, though, and you are the most. Sorry to say this, but the most floaty person among us.
What about this? What if you guys take a rope, and pull me out? No.
No. If
Stay
anything,
there where you can take care of it. Come.
Alright.
how about
Yeah,
we send?
yeah.
Believe that.
True.
Do what you wish.
Eli's putting reluctantly. The only things he's putting in is the two things he obviously doesn't want away from him: his staff and his
Yeah.
hat.
Yeah.
And he would like to go swimming.
Yep. I mean, Eli steps up, and does Navin step up as well? Then
I think
Garrus.
Navin sort of, yeah. I think if Garrus doesn't do it, otherwise he would just stay back and like
Yeah.
be the lifeguard, like, oh, there's a there's a floater. Hey, time to go get him.
Yeah.
There
Theo?
is another option we could take. It would cause quite a bit of spellcasting on my part and leave me a bit drained, but it might be useful in the fact that you wouldn't need to breathe.
Maybe you say
try
that.
first.
We could always try first. Maybe it's very easy. Maybe it's not.
Alright. But yes. It's a shame that I won't be able to bring my spell book, but
You can put that in the bag, can't you?
I can. It's just material components. Oh, Nathan, do you have a cork on you?
Cork.
From a wine bottle or something of that nature?
When you say that, like, oh yes, and I pull up one bottle of wine that I have and like take out the cork and give it to you.
Yeah.
It should do nicely. Alright,
I'm
you
assuming.
already-
No, I think I was like, not much of a wine person. I was just like, put it down by my feet, waiting for him to come back with the cork.
Christoph goes up and takes the bottle, takes a few swings, looks at you,
Yeah.
puts it down.
Then I'll just take it and start swinging as well.
Eli, do you want to accompany us and back up? I can take both of them.
What was that? Sorry.
Do you want to accompany me as some backup or?
So yeah, I want to go under.
Alright.
Down under. like swimming in 5th edition, because you guys are technically, super strong and powerful peeps. So it's balanced around 1 minute plus your con mod. So for the wizard, he can breathe underwater, or like not breathe underwater, but he can be underwater.
He can't.
For 4
he can't
minutes.
shape water. But
And Eli, you can be for 3 minutes, I believe.
And our movement is halved?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless you have
does
swimming.
shape water help me out in any
No,
regard?
absolutely not. Not underneath the water.
Or thematically, instead of paddling, can lift his arm.
Yes, I mean, yes. I would say that you actually can. Like, you can use that, like, as a way to compensate for your arm. Cool. So, you dive down, and it is pitch black. You have these large fucking vessels that are probably like some 300 feet long sitting here in the dock. These are like one of the biggest warships that you have seen. And, it's a kind of, you have to test and find it first. You go around the dock, you dive, you look, you dive, you look, and you would find the entrance here, like just outside of the old keep. Takes you about an hour or so to find it. And then diving down into it, getting prepared, breathing properly, then you dive down. It's about 30 feet down, and then it goes in, and there it becomes pitch black. However, Garrus does have the light spell, so I'm assuming that we have that on us.
Don't have a firefly or phosphorus must on
I mean,
me, though.
you have
But
a wand
I have
or
a staff
spell
that I
component.
can
Yeah,
swim
exactly.
with.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm assuming you're doing this before, because, again, Garrus isn't stupid. You are stupid, Brian. That's a different thing. As you are diving, about after a minute, you start feeling the pressure of air, and the question is, do you want to go back knowing it takes you a minute, or do you want to press on for another half minute, really getting to that edgy line?
Seeing as how underwater Eli still has 55 feet of movement, I will do.
So you push on, like you pushing on. However, that's like, because Garrus is the one with the light, you are limited to 30 foot of movement, unless he pushes it on you. And with that, like swimming, a bit further ahead, you can feel the pressure of your brain kind of letting go a little bit as you're feeling something opening up ahead. And as you continue swimming, you actually come out, surprisingly enough, onto a set of stairs in the water. So there's these beautiful crescent stairs that are made that you can climb up upon.
Right.
As they
And
enter.
it's still underwater, or I've broken the surface.
You have not broken the surface yet. They seem to be extending. Getting up, you soon break water, halfway or so up the stairs.
Yep.
I am going to do this, and I am actually going to move you over here. However, only 2 of you will be able to see something.
Eli, take a bit of time to get his breath back and get comfortable and see if Garrus was following.
Garrus just fucked off, left him alone in the dark.
Come over here.
15 seconds, you see Garrus come up. So you've been in the pitch black up until this point. So Garrus comes with the light. Top left corner for Eli and Garrus to see what you see. So you come up onto these stairs, and you see, encroaching both on your left and your right, you see arches kind of coming up, and there is a ceiling to this. It's not a cavern, it's a ceiling. And just at the edge of your vision, you see some sort of statue with the lights, and it seems to be extending further in.
Okay. Can I roll a history or something to see if I recognize this statue?
You would have to move closer to see the statue itself.
Okay.
We're gonna have to wait for Brian, I think, to load in.
Far behind am I?
I don't know. Can you see anything top left?
I can now, at least.
Oh.
Does this look familiar at all to Garrus?
Again, you
Are
have
we
to move
getting a
further in.
sense of
Like, you
deja
literally
vu?
see 2 pillars, and that's it.
Well, if this is what I think it is, I'm going to need the rest of the party. Let's head back, Eli. At the very least, we know it's safe to make our way down here.
That was our job.
You're gonna need a few minutes to get the breathing back and such, so I'm assuming you're, like, still not even going up, but just kind of sitting on the edge of this,
recovering.
and then...
Splashing around.
Yeah. The water is,
As
getting
I'm
to the
taking a breath,
point where it's
something
cold.
really dumb. Yeah, never mind. Takes too
Aha!
much effort.
Tim, you get chat disadvantage. Boom.
No!
Yes!
Yeah.
You do!
Ah, yeah.
But
you
here
wanna
is
say.
the-
Yes,
you
people.
muppet!
Good one, buddy. Keep it coming.
She's gonna come for
wait.
you.
How can Sarah see this? I'm wondering. How the fuck?
I don't know.
We're all on the. I'm
Simon,
guessing.
can you see
Yeah,
something?
I also have token vision. I think I don't know if it's on Eli or Garrus, but
Yeah, same here.
If
it's okay for the
I
stream, I'm not seeing
delete you,
Okay.
what
I
happens?
see the fog of war, but nothing else.
Okay,
Or
so
I see the fog of war. It's been
it
there.
might have been because I know why. Because it's because the fog. I had your tokens placed there previously. That's why.
Ah,
I will just for now place this. Kowèn, you should be on full HP. By the way, make sure that you're there. So after about
I got
10
down.
minutes. No,
Okay,
not yet.
sorry.
After about 10 minutes, Eli and Garrus resurfaces. You see, probably Navin and Christoph is just finishing the wine, looking over.
and also very relieved since they were gone for so long.
Toss some rope down
Yeah.
for you to climb up.
Swim on over.
Yeah, I helped them out. Yeah.
Get on out.
Good to see that you aren't dead, friends.
Was a very pleasant spectacle, so that it's not too bad. About 60 meters down, I would say. But it opens up into a cavern, seems to be carved out. My guess is it might be a temple of the sort.
30 feet down, bit longer, going inwards, and then a
Yeah, so
Slide of-
it's a minute and a half. Like probably 200 or so feet in.
Okay. And at the end a flight of stairs. Either this was an old entrance to something, or well,
This is what we've run into one of these before.
yeah.
Let's go there. How do you swim?
Yeah, I was just going to get to that. Navin and I might have constructed a bit of a, pulls up like a rope wet vest with stones.
Oh God.
Yeah, I look at it and okay. Yeah, I go to take it on.
Good. So basically, the only thing that you're going to need to do
Uh,
is hold your breath, and we'll pull you.
All right. Yep.
who's going to do the pulling? That's the question.
Both of them. I mean,
Yeah.
one. There's like 2 handles to the rope at the shoulders, and then maybe Eli, you can swim pretty well, right? You're like a fish in the sea.
Could say that.
Could you push his feet?
Push Kowèn's feet.
Underwater, we swim in ahead and you're behind, pushing with and then paddling with your legs.
I
Maybe.
could do that. Yes.
I mean, You could also leave us. That's fine as well.
As tempting an offer as that might be, I'd rather not be left without my faithful meat shields.
So, let's do a test. Kowèn, hold your breath. Pushes you in the water.
Okay, yeah, I am fucking terrified. That is so fucking scary. But yeah, yep. And I think, yeah, I'm
he's like,
terrified.
I wasn't holding your breath. Like, he jumps down.
I also jump in.
Like, you're going down and, like, since you probably screamed, water coming in from all sides, you're kind of drowning.
Yeah.
Like, but, like, just a second after, like, as all the water's coming in, like, you feel them pulling you up. And, like, you get out of the water and just, like... Right, Christoph just kind of looks at you.
Yeah,
You realize
that
this would have been much easier if you just had her hang on to one of you, right?
Yep.
no, it worked good.
Maybe hold your breath. Let's try this a little bit. Hold your breath. And Navin and I will just let you down into the water gently this time.
Oh, should I?
Let you, like, start lowering you underneath.
Okay, yeah. I take a huge gulp.
Should I?
Yeah.
Like the mean dad at the pool.
Yeah. Swim.
You're gonna learn to swim,
Just
damn
swim
it!
already.
Oh, a tortured soul. Let's let him.
You attempt, a few, letting down and, like, trying your breath. And then eventually, I think, like, they turn to you, Garrus. Could you make people breathe under the water?
That is... I can't. No, that is beyond my ability. I can make them walk on water. Not that helps.
Let's try. Kowèn, if you start dying, start wiggling.
Wiggling.
Flapping, you're like tapping us a little bit, making sure that we understand that you're dying.
Right.
Honestly, this might be simpler if I
No,
just make it...
It's fine.
can't.
It's fine.
I mean,
We
when
got
you're
this.
starting to feel a burning sensation in your chest, let us know. Not by talking.
Christoph, trust me. I know.
You know dying. But do you know dying by drowning? That's like...
I do.
Oh. That simplifies it. I'm sorry to hear. Navin, you drunk enough for this?
I don't think I'm ever gonna be drunk enough for this, but let's do it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you're all kind of riling each other up, getting into this
like,
breathing or such. And then there's just silence, as you dive down into the water. You hear this last magnificent crash in the sky. You feel almost, a little tingling in you as you're in water with the lightning. But you dive down, and Kowèn, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage, please.
Yeah, but I did have the chat inspiration. Thank you. I might not die, so that's good. Did you say Constitution? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
Not that bad.
Not that bad.
Yeah,
So,
and should I roll it or? Eh.
yeah, you have to add the inspiration.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah, I know. There we go. Yeah, well, woo.
So, with Eli, because you're the most prominent swimmer at the back, making sure nobody gets behind, and then Garrus at the front with the light, you guys make your way 30 feet down and 200 feet inwards until you feel the stone staircase underneath your feet. And as you emerge from the water, you find yourself looking at this. Christoph, should be here.
Fuck. That went well.
Sort of help Kowèn, slap the water out, essentially.
Yeah.
Garrus will use shape water as he's coming out the top to just pull all of the droplets of water off of himself.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Hardly elegant, but functional.
Is everyone all right?
Yes.
The water is hiding my tears, so yay!
I go up to Garrus and like look at him for the bag, like.
Let's take a few minutes to gear up.
Yeah.
I'll keep watch in the meantime.
I want to inspect the statues and stuff.
Then you have to walk further down.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Christoph lights a torch, and Kowèn wanders off into the darkness without any lights.
Yeah,
Go on.
I'll wait there.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we're prepared. I don't want to run face first into.
Yeah. So, description of this room. You have these very apparently made like stone tiles and a roof made as well. And then you have the very natural cavern walls. You have an exact replica of the door leading into Ilintusuna's temple, with the exact same key lock as it had as well. The statues, however, are not of Ilintusuna. When you look upon them, you see a humanoid-esque shape. However, a much more elongated face with long hair and ears pointing through the hair. And you have never seen depictions of these before. When you are all standing here and you are nearing the door, you notice to the west of you, where there are 5 pillars, how the dark wall that was there prior shimmers and lowers itself down. And behind the barrier, you do see a statue of Ilintusuna.
It's troubling.
Judging by the looks on all of your faces, I'm guessing similarity. The temple you were at before still matches up.
Yeah.
That one.
Putting on a front about it, in contrast to what we saw earlier.
This is just him experimenting with music.
Garrus,
Feels like the orcs are waking up. Fucking
Anton told me of Ilintusuna, but I admit this is the first time I've seen any depiction of the being.
Oh, trust me, you don't want to see the real one.
Christoph, if this is anything like the last temple we were at, there is a very potent chance that there is a barrier further inside.
Yes.
Being the only one here, I can actually just deactivate them, and given that we might want to protect our rear from it, do you want to stand guard here and prepare yourself for the activation ritual?
No.
Right, fair enough. You are free to delve deeper into the dangers of this realm, as you wish.
Seems a weird thing to ask to reduce our survival by 20% by letting me stay here alone.
I know.
That's a bit too high. Sort of nudge him.
I'm sorry, I don't want to risk anything happening to you. Doesn't reflect particularly well on me with the family, you see.
Does Eli recognize these statues at all? Other than
No.
that, to see that. Not
They
stone.
are extremely alien to you. Like, again, humanoid shape, but not with that elongated face, with the high cheekbones and like very thin mouth. Mm-mm.
And this door was similar to the one the other one we've
Yes, it's
been
like a slate wall almost with a tiny little keyhole.
Everyone, be sure not to stand still too much. We can actually see the rifts.
It's true.
Would you maybe open the door?
I want to look at this first. It's all that they would put this behind you.
You
Looking
can
over the
squeeze between if you want.
I will do so and pray that there isn't a trap. There's a trap.
Squeeze past, and you get to this statue of, again, testosterone post being in black that feels like it's watching you. And what is it that you want to check?
Anything? Any inscriptions on the statues? Any indication why it might have been hidden?
No.
Alright, move back to the front. I suppose they wanted some recognition of the true purpose of the temple. Even with the dangers of discovery.
Alright.
Walk up to the door. See if I can use the
open
short key that I have. Place it inside.
Yep. You may click and open the door.
Oh, you're standing in perfect formation for.
Yeah.
So, as you open the door, you see dark, dwindling stairs leading deeper than you thought. The regular test of taking a bit off a stone or something, just tossing down. It continues to the point where you can't hear it anymore.
Right. Light up the staff.
Yep.
And start making my way down.
I'll follow.
Making my way downtown.
Yeah.
No. You start moving down, and you're moving for quite some time. You are getting to the point of what the fuck is going on? Why are we walking this far? It's
We need an
a
extra 50 stars to disable the staircase.
10 foot wide, very well-made staircase leading down. You can see on the natural cave roof and walls around you that there are some sort of vegetation. You notice a lot of plants that you don't see on top. Kowèn, with some knowledge of herbs and herblore in general, you recognize the family of plants, but that these are a completely different species of plants. And you, just by kind of looking at them after you've walked 100 or so feet, you make the connection that these are probably self-luminescent plants, so that if there wouldn't be any light, that probably would light up the way.
I take one. I pick one.
Yep, you pick one, and
I will kill the light spell in that.
Yep. The plants only work for an hour, and it works like getting a torch. Yeah. So as you kill the lights, you are instead enveloped in this turquoise, dark green, blue light that just extends all around you. A very, easily policing on your eyes. Everything is dimly lit, but you still see very well. And here and there would be dark patches of, almost like murals, but they're not lit. So they become, like black silhouettes almost. And they would be, again, of elongated faces. It would be of, children playing and just general very mundane things that you can see. There would probably be a part of the the flora that has been scraped away, where you can see like K plus R, and there's a heart symbol around them, and very like again humanoid, mundane things. And you see in front of you how the self-luminescent plant stops, and there's just darkness ahead, and it definitely feels like it's opening up into something larger in front of you. Light comes back on, and you guys
lighting a torch too.
Yes, so if you click your token, if you right click it, there should be a torch symbol to the top left,
Indeed there is.
and if you click that, you now have a torch.
Awesome.
You step out into, you have no expectations for what there would be, but you step out, and the first thing that greets you is a door on a house and a destroyed tent to your left and a crumbled house to your right. You have been walking for probably like 900 feet or so, steadily going downwards, so you are a long ass way down.
Is it cold?
No, it is not cold. It is very pleasant. Probably around like in degrees, like 18 degrees or so. Not too humid, but it's on the humid like end of the spectrum. It's about maybe 50 foot up top, so you can just barely see like the outlines of the roof, the cabin roof in here. Very not round, what would you call it? Very slate, I suppose. There's no stalagmites or like coming from the roof. There is, sorry, it would be stalactites. But yeah, you are faced with this just weird house in front of you almost, and just pieces of civilization, I suppose. And yeah, what do you do? What do you say?
It's a weird place we've come to.
I don't like it. Not knowing a god. I don't know why there was a statue to Tetsuda hidden behind statues of whatever other god or figure they seem to worship, but something's amiss.
There was nothing like this in the last temple you
The
visited.
last temple was blatantly dedicated to it. This is... I don't know what this is.
It's like they took a chunk of a forest with houses and just placed it down here. Temple we were in before was more constructed, more on purpose, I would say. The rooms had their unique features, but it all made sense in a weird way, I suppose.
Garrus will start making his way over to the tents to look them over.
They look extremely old. They look like, touch will kind of destroy it. Looking them over, you can roll me an investigation check to see if you can determine.
That's an
possible
int check.
materials. Yes.
That is my favorite.
Garrus should be good at, but as we know, Garrus is not good at things. He's just mediocre at anything but taking hits.
Mediocre.
That's what you think.
Garrus.
And now you have
Behold!
this green proficiency bonus.
Yay.
Oh, would you look at that? Below average. You would probably like you kind of clicks in your mind now that you see the tent and that you've seen the self-luminescent plants and that you're looking around. You're in the Underdark. This tent is made from the hide of like small critters, like not small but critters that live specifically in the Underdark.
I've never seen skins like this. Which could mean there's only one real place we can be. Underneath the realms, there are a series of subterranean tunnels deep beneath the earth, where things forgotten and better left untouched reside.
Are we in... Are there devils here?
more devils, but many of them, well, let's just say there are better things in this world.
Roll me a
Left
history,
understood.
please, everyone.
Alright.
Garrus
Very well.
will have a much lower DC to his roll than you would. Look at that, you rolled above average.
Yay!
Yay! Kowèn, Navin, you've heard about the Underdark, but it's a little bit like that, it's stories to scare your children to not wander too far, like if you wander too far away, you'll accidentally fall into the Underdark where you'll be eaten by monsters and whatnot. Garrus, being a much more practical man and studying things and just having a general light for information, knows that most of the Underdark, like as you said, like subterranean cavern systems, have been empty for forever, basically, since like the start of human history. The people that use them or that have started to inhabit them are the Three Keen, which is a like the ant humanoid race, primarily living in the Hastim steppes and also on Bargos. And there are like some like ant stacks or like ant colonies in like spread out throughout the kingdom, but they're not many. It's always been vastly speculated about what truly lived here from before, because the few times that humanoids have been allowed to go into them, they have found remnants of structures. They have found pieces of art that they could only like call humanoid but alien. And it's speculated if it's like been some elf tribes that have lived here before, or because like the general look and the pointy ears, like the only thing that they can compare it to are the elves, but it's never been any proper facts or proof that it has been elves. And you probably assume that those statues up there are, very good, not proof, but research objects almost for any scholars. Like this here, and you opening this also would definitely be like any scholar would want to get here. But of course, you know that this place is probably very fucking dangerous because you needed that key to open it. So. But yeah, that is the knowledge of the Underdark.
I do not know what lies ahead. It is a realm of a ruined civilization, abandoned and forgotten. We should proceed cautiously.
I've not heard good things about this place. Mostly stories, of course, but there's no one else here in all these camps. Maybe they weren't left, but maybe they were scared away at the best, but maybe eaten.
Can you look at the compass, maybe?
Good idea.
Yeah, I'll get the needle out.
We have farther to go into the depths.
Oh no!
Music bot! No!
No!
Death saving throws for music bot.
I should put on the spooky music instead.
Yay.
No corpses in the tents, no little children's toys, no 3 billion gold just flying around.
9. You do have the
3 billion gold?
no, you have the house. I suppose that's
I want to look right in front of the house. I want to see if there are other footprints there.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Okay, it's not. Okay.
You guys can see that you are clearly leaving footsteps behind you in the like soft underbrush. But yeah, Eli, what were you gonna do? We'll say.
He's gonna go over here and then just like keep an eye out.
Yep. You quickly notice and get the feel that this place is vast. You have like several ways to go. There is another house here which you see has a destroyed chest. Sorry, not destroyed chest. Destroyed like table inside it. And yep. So as long as I don't pause the game, you guys are free to move and explore however much you want. When I pause, I will it's for the sake of storytelling, so to say.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to open doors, you click them. Either they're locked or they're not, and you can simply open.
Okay.
What if we want to go back where it's safe up to the surface?
Then you go back to where it's safe, and you send down the army instead.
There you go. That's the plan. Let's just do that.
Yeah,
so
give
much
them
easier.
an army sounds good.
Is this door?
Click
Does it appear to be locked, trapped?
Do you feel it, or do you just look at it?
Just looking it over. I know what these. I know this might be different, but I've learned my lesson from the last temple we went to.
It doesn't look locked. No.
I reach out and touch it.
Reach out and touch it.
I had to.
Sure. Click it and open it then. Boom.
Yep.
It opens up into a building. Unfortunately, the freaking scale isn't proper when I make things on Incarnate and then try to get it here. It works on Roll 20 very nicely, but not here for some reason. So it's a bit offset, yeah. But you go into what looks to be a house where kids and parents have lived. You find a kitchen, you find a master bedroom, you see the dining hall and storage place and a locked door where Kowèn and Garrus is standing.
I'll try to open it up.
I will stand
Locked.
behind just to keep her covered.
Him!
Sorry. I will learn. I promise. I
You
know
will.
Kowèn's a guy.
Someday.
Kowèn, do you think?
Oh, go ahead.
What? Yeah, I can open it.
Locked.
Bring
I'll
out.
cover you.
Thank you. I'll bring up my thieves tool and try
You-
to pick it.
Don't even need to make a roll. Like, this lock is so easy to open.
Yeah. Eh. God damn it.
It's fine.
It disappeared. Eh.
Ah,
There we go.
There you go. Yep, you open up into what just seems to be the other corridor that you guys have already seen. Eli, make me a perception check, please.
Deception.
Perception.
Perception, sorry.
Can it be a deception check? And that would make me feel much better.
Deceiving your eyes. Or ears.
It does.
Very good.
Yeah, the banging on the door can be heard, right? Me having could be very loud. Yeah, Christoph is like standing a little bit behind Eli, also keeping an eye out, having his bow ready. Eli, as you have stepped further down, you do see statues of the same alien-looking humanoid
It
beings.
is the same. Okay.
Yes, they are very magnificent, very graceful. These ones are in color, and you do notice that they have like very dark skin.
Okay.
They would be like, for our knowledge, drow, but
Right.
in your guys' mind, it's like dark-skinned elves. Like,
Yeah.
Somebody went really crazy with the black paint.
Can I investigate this stove in here and like the general area, like to see if there are traces of someone being here in like the past years? If there's
no,
leftover
and no, this has not been used. Like, just looking at this, knowing like fire and stone and how it looks yourself, like, no, there has
like
been no
layers
one.
of dust. Yeah.
Are there idols about? A large kitchen? Maybe a forge? Something to indicate what the building might have been used for? Maybe children's toys? Or
Yeah, I mean, this looks like a regular home, to be honest. Has 2 beds for probably children and a master bed, a kitchen, and a table for 4.
no corpses, though.
No corpses. A tiny, tiny, tiny room for like recreation of scribing, whatnot.
Are there any windows on the house?
Yes, there probably would be 1 or 2. Would there? No, there wouldn't.
Not a lot to see down here, I suppose.
What's in this building here? Looks like another house that's been crumbled.
Yes, it looks like another crumbled house. There is a broken chest and a broken table.
It looked like an ogre ran in and smashed it, or just age?
You didn't take enough time to look at it, so
Could I take enough time to look?
of course. Roll me another investigation.
Do you think, Kowèn, should we take a little look down here, or?
Yeah.
Right.
Age fucked the walls. The walls crumbled in and destroyed the other things, most likely.
Whatever this is, it's been abandoned for some time.
What does Eli want to do?
Eli's going to follow the others down this way, where they headed over.
So you get to a like wall almost where there's water. Oh, sorry, where there's water slowly dripping down, like ever so slightly. You need to climb up this
Yeah, I do.
to be able to get over, and the mound like down the other side. So it's kind of keeping the water in. The map for some reason kind of fucked over when I implemented it. So when you guys like get closer, you're gonna see a patch of grey, but it's water there as well. Yeah. You see houses, these ones intact, similar to the first house that was intact. Brick roofs, looks very similar in the like shapes. Doors, like on some of them, the doors have been thrust off their hinges. They're just hanging on the other, like the hinges are aged and destroyed, but the door is still in the frame. And the others also seem just to be regular doors there, so to say.
Have I ever seen any similar houses like in the style, essentially? Like, is this reminiscent of any place? Yeah.
No.
Figured, but
yeah. The water is about thigh high, so you are moving very slowly here. There is a well, which the water is almost at the edge, and as Kowèn is moving, you actually see how the water kind of plushes up over the well, streams over, and then kind of goes back to being just at the edge, like a glass that is perfectly filled.
So take a moment. Go ahead. Go. Sorry.
Roll me a perception.
Yep. No, persuasion. That's not what I meant. Sorry.
It's an 8.
Yeah, so +8. So yeah. Do that roll.
Yep. 2 seconds. That's 10. Just.
Perception is my skill.
I'll look off the well and taste it, see if it's salt water or not.
I'm thinking more like the saltwater creature is like, hey. Yeah. I don't know what it's called in the English, but Murana. One of those fuckers.
Yeah, it's like not an eel, but it's like something else.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called in English, but it's...
I think it's moray.
Moray, yeah.
Moray.
The ones that are
as in like moray stinger?
Yeah, the
moray eel,
they're so creepy. If he throws one of those at me, I'm like...
That's smart.
First, they're sea snakes, and snakes are obviously creepy by default. Second, they've always got this dumb look on their face, where their jaw is kind of hanging up.
Yeah, well, those are... Yeah, maybe they are, but they are so fucking scary. They're like inside a little hole and then just like... Yes, you can.
I like them.
You like them?
Yeah, I think they're impressive.
Oh, I'm so terrified of them. Like, when I see them at, an aquarium, I'm like, nope.
Yeah, it's not a good thing to imagine when you're swimming.
Yeah, sorry.
No. Wait.
Waiting.
It's the worst thing when you take a swim.
Yeah. I am fucking...
You can't see what's down there, and like, There might be something in the water. It might be coming towards me.
I
You
think
never
it
know.
is.
No. No. Why would there be something in the water?
Scary enough when it's on land.
Yeah. What happens if I do
In a
this?
year or so, I'm gonna. Oh my god, no!
It's a panther.
Oh
What's
my
that
god,
doing in the
I should-
well?
No,
Well.
it's
Silly
not
panther.
meant to be that, unfortunately. But
It's just a big poo.
Nice
Oh,
over
yeah.
there.
I've known.
we'll have to use the weird ass thing. Let's see, where does this end up? There we go. Cool. So as you look down, you see basically, a set of yaws just opening itself up as it thrusts itself out towards you. As you see this massive fucking crocodile launching itself towards you.
Oh, okay.
A what?
A crocodile.
Crocodile.
I
So
thought
we're creating an encounter, and
All right.
so right-click your tokens and
Nice
click
knowing
the
you.
sword and
Shield.
thing. Sword and sealed. Yep. I should just put Christoph into the fucking players because he's
Oh
literally
my
a
God.
player more than anything.
I mean, this makes fucking sense, though. I wonder what's down here.
Yeah. Oh, let's
So I click that. I still roll initiative as well, though.
yes, you go on to the. Let's look for you guys.
What the fuck is up with our rolls? What the fuck is going on?
They're very spread. Yeah. So at the very start, except this one gets a surprise round, but and Kowèn is actually below it. Holy shit, Kowèn.
I know. I'm gonna fucking.
Sorry.
Is
I
there a
should-
turn order we can see?
Yes. So if you look at the hand,
Yes.
Oh, Jory.
Yes.
Found it. Got it.
that
Yep.
is-
Thank you.
That is where you go.
Fuck.
Sorry, I need to bring because Foundry is really bad. It doesn't allow me to pop things out in the original thing. So I need to have
Oh.
a browser up
Yeah.
that I can pop things out of,
Yeah.
and then have this. That's the fixing of the map sizes is one thing that grits me teeth. Okay, so it is going to take a surprise round and basically try to. Did I just close that? I did.
Oh my god, and I can't swim. Don't fucking drag me down. That is just so.
Oh no!
No.
Don't give him ideas.
I know what it.
Oh, you think that I am not a mean ass boy?
We all know
Anyways.
that he's a mean ass boy.
Yeah, boy.
What am I?
Ian.
Sorry, just gonna double check because it actually for some reason doesn't say. Cool. And of course I will be rolling everything openly because that is more fun. So it is going to attempt to bite you first.
No.
This should have been with advantage, so but that doesn't matter. Yeah, I think that hits you, and it takes a
Jesus.
good ass chunk out of you, and you are grappled and restrained as this hits you, and then as you are grappled, it quickly swims over to slap Garrus with its tail.
Holy shit, I'm almost down already.
Yep, and that is a miss, unfortunately. And because Garrus is above it in the initiative order, he does not get advantage on Garrus. It is now your turn, Garrus.
You need to unpause so we
Shit.
can move.
I am going to start off my turn by casting. What happened to the music?
I am changing it to battle music.
Gotcha. I will start off my turn by casting Sanctuary on Kowèn.
Cool. You cast the spell, it is gonna bite you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 5. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
18 for 24 points of damage.
I will shield that with my reaction.
Cool. So you have cast a spell already this turn, meaning that you cannot cast Sanctuary. So you lose the ability to do that, but that's fine.
Right. Let me output that.
So Kowèn, I feel like
5 foot step back.
so low. Have we missed? I think we've missed a level up for you with HP. Did you put in the new HP that you rolled?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm just stupid here, but like it is because I rolled a 6 and then it's plus my con, which is
should be
2,
8.
so 8. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
and you had
added that.
35 prior.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just counting HP because I was wondering why Eli has so low HP and Garrus is such a
Kowèn.
chunky boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kowèn, sorry. Yeah, you take a 5 foot step out of its reach, then firebolt, but it just glances off, and then bonus action.
Shillelagh.
Davin.
I sort of drop the torch. The first thing I do.
It immediately extinguishes itself.
Oh yeah, sure. And then I as I'm running towards it, grab my hammer, and then use my ogre's might to increase my size.
Gets big.
Gets big indeed.
Does Navin grow proportionally? Is the question.
That's
Ladies
the
will
true.
find
You're a sick.
Leave that
an
man out.
important question.
Is there any way to sort of get Kowèn loose, or help in focusing on making sure that they are not grappled anymore instead of doing damage?
You can roll me in athletics, and depending on how well you roll the athletics, the DC will be lowered for Kowèn to get out if he chooses to use an action to get out.
Yeah, and that'll be my action. No attacks.
I
It's just
accept it.
focusing on trying.
You should have advantage on this because you are large.
Oh, that's true.
Not better. So 15. Okay, cool. Eli, my friend.
Hey, so Eli's gonna have to drop his torch. So
Oh, you're also dropping your torch.
gotta smack this crocodilio.
So this is difficult terrain. Not that it truly matters because of your movements.
Yeah. So, is it rounding up or rounding down for
Down.
movement? Down. Okay. Of course.
Thank you, chat.
You're welcome.
5, 10, 15, 20. Can I move up into it? That's my
Yeah, you move close. It has already taken its reaction, so you are technically free to move around if you wanted, but no, you can't.
Yeah, it's all on my thingy. So I've got 2. I won't be doing it now, but for reference, I can do 2 attacks as an action now. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that consecutively? I couldn't do action, hit, move, action, hit as an action.
You can.
Oh, I can.
Yep.
Okay. That's useful. And at the minute, I have 8 Kage points because of the 1.5. Okay. I'm gonna do a stab with my stick.
Yay!
Wait, that still doesn't output the damage for you.
It doesn't. It's just on the javelin. The quarterstaff it does.
So weird. That hits. So
Okay. Oh, it's not doing it on that one either now.
it might be you that's the problem.
Okay, I'll just roll some 1d6s then, yeah?
Let's see if you roll the unarmed, does that output damage? No? Okay,
No.
Let's see if I do it.
Oh, that hit as well then. Did you hit?
Weird.
Weird.
So weird. Why is it not? It might be because it's not. For some reason, it says that it's not your sheet still. Like, I have you as owner.
I'm Eli.
maybe it's when.
Oh, I see the problem. I think
Okay.
if you look to the bottom left,
Yeah, he's
Luke
not.
does not
Yes,
have
I know.
assigned. Yeah,
I know.
it needs to
So
be assigned.
how did you guys get that assignment?
I think when we logged in, we got selected on the first.
Yeah.
But if you right-click your name there, I think you can configure and select your character. So if you right-click your name,
Player configuration, select character.
you should be able to select character.
There we go. I fixed it. So try and roll now.
Okay.
So we'll use this damage for the first attack because it hit. No, okay. Try to update. Try to F5 yourself.
F5.
Yes, refresh.
Yeah.
Alright.
Refresh yourself.
Big man. This might take a minute.
All good. We shall wait.
It's not like I'm dying. No.
It's fine. You've got 15 left.
Yeah, I know. I'm just scared of
Oh,
him
there we go.
dragging me
Okay.
down the water.
Okay.
Let's
Back.
hold fingers.
We're doing it again.
We're doing it
Alright.
again. Let's see.
Let's see.
We might have to.
Whack.
Still not.
Come on.
On the plus side, I've been rolling some decent whacks.
Yes.
Whack, whack, whack.
What if it's the better effect or better rolls module that's sort of mucking it up?
Yeah. Well, I'll look at it. You hit. You just rolled the damage.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a whack whack. I'm gonna. Oh wait, that's a bonus action, isn't it? Not this turn. I'm gonna whack whack bonus action punch punch. So can I roll
Absolutely.
4d6?
Yeah, I'm just going to remove your shit.
Do you want me to roll 1d6 4 times or roll 4d6 at once?
Roll 4d6 plus. Did you hit all of them? Yeah, you did. 4d6 plus. Is it 16?
Yes. 4. And there's no space between that, is there?
Oh, so if I roll this, then it rolls all the damage. Okay, 35 points of damage as you are just laying
Whack, whack.
into
Punch,
this.
punch, punch.
Jesus.
Could you try the quarterstaff and the javelin again, please? Just double check. With that, we will go over to Christoph.
Christoph!
Nope. And
Oh, God, no.
moving over. He can't move this far. Yeah,
No, not on any of them.
yeah. He is going to take a held action, and then it's the crocodile's turn. Kowèn, sorry, but
Sorry, Kowèn.
you will be chopped with advantage once.
Yep.
Chomp. 25 points of damage. And then it's going to attempt to tail Eli after it's laid into him. I believe that hits 21 for 15, Eli.
Ooh. Yep, that hits.
Yep. Make me a strength saving throw.
Okay. Strength. Saving throw.
You
Oh, no.
fail. You are prone, and it
Okay.
quickly moves in the water and gets on top of you, and you are prone underneath the water with it on top of you.
Oh.
Kevin, I will roll the death saving throw for you. Garrus,
All right, so let me think about this for a second. I think this might actually help things out. Yeah. All right, 5-foot step back to start with.
Yep.
I will cast Enlarge Reduce on the crocodile, reducing it in size. I'm going to need a Wisdom save from it, if I recall
Isn't
correctly.
it
Constitution. All right, well.
Unfortunately, it passes.
All right. That's my
Have
turn.
you rolled with disadvantage yet? Because you did get
that was the
disadvantage.
first. That was the first hit
God damn
on
it.
you.
I do have chat inspiration. Can I use that to
Navin.
make a lower? No, okay, cool.
No, that would be way too strong.
Yeah. I can't do anything, Kowèn. Oh. Yeah, I will attempt to just hit the in the nose, sort of to get him to stop moving and stop attacking people. I will first hit him with. I guess I can't really trip him. I guess, or maybe that. Yeah, I'll try a trip maneuver, hit him maybe on one of his legs, so he sort of falls over. So I'll do this one. 15th hit.
Don't think so. It hits just barely.
Yes.
However, in the water, it cannot be prone.
Yeah, so I'll just hit him with my regular attack for the second one.
Yep. I like that nobody's trying to save Kowèn.
I don't have anything.
I'm underneath the crocodile.
Yeah.
I didn't prepare the spell!
The one person who can.
Yep, that hits as well, just barely. Bonus action.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll use my bonus action to. I'll act my frost rune.
Is that bonus action? Oh shit, that's strong.
Yeah, it's bonus action. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we go back to Eli underneath the crocodile.
Okay. Do I have any kind of movement underneath crocodile? I don't know. I guess I'll just lay there and drown.
I mean, you can attack it with disadvantage if you want. You can also try and get out.
I am going to start with my bonus action and try and.
Eli, you just got a chat inspiration. Just
Not helping them, chat. I want to kill them.
Yeah, James.
Woo! Thank you.
I love. All right, so I'm going to punch it with disadvantage plus inspiration. Okay. And that is control, yes. Alright, yeah, I'm going to use the inspiration. Come on.
Oh, the 16. Yeah, hits.
Yes. Okay. So, first off, that is a
Yay, Ben is on my
That's-
side.
7 points of damage. And then as it's a flurry of blows hit and I'm away of the open hand, I'm going to try and make it do a strength saving throw, see if I can make it.
So I
push away.
think Way of the Open Hand says after you have taken the regular attacks, and then it's on the bonus action when you're spending ki, that you can do the special things. So the pushing prone or knocking back is only when you take the bonus action open hand technique.
It just says when you hit a creature with one of the attacks granted by flurry of blows.
Yes, and Flurry of Blows is the bonus action.
Oh, immediately after you take the attack.
Yes.
Okay, well then let's punch it some more.
Yeah, so this is the first hit of
Yeah.
the... yeah, so then second regular hit with disadvantage as well.
Yep.
That's a hit.
Okay, doesn't matter.
Now you can take the bonus action.
Yes. 1d6 plus 4.
Nice. 10.
Punch, punch, punch. Now we're doing bonus punches where I can push it.
So you spend a target point and then pa-pa!
Yeah. These with disadvantage as well, yes?
Yes. So you can do one at a time. So if you hit the first one, which you just barely don't, unfortunately.
Okay. No worries. And the second one. Come on. Bollocks.
No.
Okay.
Christoph's held action goes off.
Oh my god. Oh my
Christoph,
Damn it.
you suck. Well, this is the first time he's missed.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that was +9. That's no crit. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3. He pulls Kowèn up out of the water. We're lucky that he's proficient with medicine.
Please.
No.
No.
Oh,
it's
wait.
fine. It's fine. It's 11.
Thank God.
He is holding you stable. You are still at minus HP though, but he is holding you stable currently. And it's the crocodile again. Eli, you are underneath it.
am.
And
Don't you fucking...
I don't think you can dive. So you are prone. He has advantage. Oh, that's a crit. Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
It's
Jesus
40,
Christ, dude.
Tim,
44 points of damage.
Tim,
Yeah.
Ben did say that he gave you disadvantage. Look in chat. He has because he
No, chat.
he got chat advantage for my death save, but it doesn't work. So then he said, "Can you change it to disadvantage in that case?" So please roll it with disadvantage. Come on.
I mean, it would be the 16. So then.
But it doesn't crit.
All right, that's a lot better than
doesn't crit.
40
the
damage.
The 16 doesn't
Oh.
even hit. So
Thank you.
you are lucky here. I'm gonna whack you with a tail though. And I'm rolling another crit.
Okay, how much is that one?
3, apparently.
Critodile.
30. Okay, well.
30 points of damage, and that is a crit confirm.
Oh, why did I roll that?
Oh, did it roll the damage now?
It hasn't rolled a d20 to confirm yet. No.
It did, the second one, because the first one is a crit and the second one is the 19. 26. How much HP are you on, Mr. Eli? 5.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's 30, didn't it? Not 26. Oh, that 26. Yeah, I was on 5, yeah.
Next round,
Yes.
when it crits you, it pushes
Again.
all of the air out of you. Starting next turn, you are actively drowning.
Oh my god.
Kowèn, I am going to keep you alive for now because you are not actively dying. Garrus,
Shit. This is all going to hell. Take a few steps back. Nevin! Do what you can, man. It's up to you right now. And I cast Haste on Nevin.
to be honest, can you guys not see the HP it has?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, sorry. It looks extremely fucked up. It is
Oh,
on its last legs.
Okay, yeah.
So
Oh, if that's the case,
there we go.
I'm probably not going to blow a 3rd level spell slot.
No,
I can see that
that's,
it's pretty hard. Alright. Shit. I'm going to run up, hit it with Shillelagh.
Yeah,
I'm not
You
sure if that
will.
hits. 11 damage total.
Ooh,
11 damage total.
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's more advantage.
Make my way. Oh, right. I need to learn this flanking roll, so that's my turn.
Yep. And Navin, you
Yeah,
should be able
I'm just-
to kill it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit it.
Lap, how do you want to do this?
Yes.
I'd probably hit it in its between the eyes where the mouth is to sort of stop chewing on people, and then probably just smash through it and just caving in its head.
Nice. I am
Disadvantage.
quickly going to turn off Foundry and see if that helps Luke with his dice problem.
Okay, do you want me to just refresh?
You're gonna have to wait. That critical dial.
Crystal.
Dangerous things right there.
Dude.
And you also got the disadvantage again, Tim.
Yeah, I
Boom.
saw that.
People don't like you. No, just kidding.
Christoph is going alright.
You should be able to join back in. Let's wait with the RP a little bit, please.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
No, it's okay.
Why does it work when I'm rolling the damage for you?
Because it likes you, it doesn't like Eli or Luke.
It doesn't like Luke.
Could be. Maybe Luke doesn't have the same rights as the GM. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Should not be. 'Cause I'm rolling the damage for you. Doesn't like Luke. Doesn't like Luke. Could be. Maybe Luke doesn't have the same rights as the GM. Maybe that has something to do with it. Should not be.
It's
I just like it when you do things for me, Tim. That's all it is.
Yeah. I know. Let's try you going in and rolling all the things again.
Okay.
Imagine Eli coming up again and just like the creature's dead, but just like getting revenge. Like, ah!
Come up through the crocodiles.
How do you like the new handbag?
Why is it not working? Okay. Could you try and go into DDB items and you drag in a quarterstaff and a javelin and see if that works?
Okay.
I am Adam. Are you all in, by the way? You should be able to get back in.
Trying to be. It's taking a while.
I can only see Eli being in.
Oh. Said reconnection established, but I'll try it.
I mean, if you can see shit, then you can see shit.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
I saw it rolling.
I mean,
move.
How long has
I'm just-
chat not heard me? Fuck.
There we go.
Oh well.
Stop muting yourself.
Yeah, I muted myself because Ian is talking in another room.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Release character. Save configuration. Get back in. Play configuration.
Oh, but yeah,
Select.
yeah, there you
Save.
go.
But it's not that. It's like he's outside of the module for some reason. He is not in the better roles.
Yeah, if
He's
it's
a ghost?
or
Ghost.
Try it now, maybe.
maybe try and
Oh, wait,
enabling
wait,
or
wait,
disabling the module.
No! Kick us out.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Do you want to go on a quick break to
No.
get this sorted out real quick?
Why does it say?
Don't think so.
Okay.
So that gets.
The stream will learn with us.
Yes.
I mean, we're gonna end in a bit. I just want to, so we could.
Oh, no! No! Don't say that, no!
I'm going to have to somehow fix that. It might be that we actually need you to get a new sheet.
Okay.
I'm just giving you a test thing here, and I want you to do the same thing. Go in there and just pull any weapon in when you see it, and we'll see if that works. I don't know, because then I can migrate the things over.
Okay.
So, yeah, so you see test underneath where all the sheets are. So as the crocodile is killed by Navin's blow to its head, the skull cracked. You guys turn quickly to like help Eli out of the water to see if Kowèn is like alive, and Christoph just like kind of shakes his head and like, I don't have any healing on me. Who currently has the light? Is it Eli? Yeah, there we go. It should be Garrus that has the light.
I'd have to prepare a spell that would take a day.
Navin just starts rummaging through his bag. Doesn't have anything, but like in panic state, like just like trying to find anything.
Let's fall back for now, set up camp, find somewhere that we can start to treat it.
Yeah. Yeah, he will keep you alive for now by stabilizing you. But it's gonna take. You were at 15, right? And you took like 21 damage, right?
Yeah,
Something?
25. So
25
right
when you
now
were.
I'm
So you were at negative 10.
10, yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna take you a good amount of hours until you're back because there's no healing. Just as you guys start moving back, you see another like surge of the water coming up. I'm assuming that you guys start like.
Yeah. I'll probably carry Kowèn because I'm bigger. At the moment,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep, and I'm assuming that you guys move back to the main part.
Great.
Yeah, and I think that this is a good place to leave off, as Kowèn is being tended to by Christoph And I think they will probably put you in the bed here, to be honest.
Yeah. Use the house.
Yeah. And with that, we will be leaving off today's session. We will make sure to remember that I have a chat disadvantage as well for next time. Thank you very much, Mr. James Whitnor, for
Indeed,
your
thank you.
Prime subscription.
Yes. Thank you.
And we will see you next week, where they will continue exploring this massive ass dungeon that has a lot of secrets and scary things in store for the players.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Have a good night and all of
Till
that.
next week, everyone.
Bye.
Peace.
Stay out of the shadow.
Bye.